Should be coming on. See what's up. Skip this. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? Hopefully everyone's doing good. Everybody had a good day. I had a good day, man. Feeling all right. Got a little runny nose, so y'all got to excuse me if I'm sniffling a little bit on here. What's up, Beauty is a name. What's up, BS4178. And Nadia, what's going on with you? Boy, we got some stuff to talk about, man. Claressa Shields. Man, Big Gwoat not looking in shape. She's not looking in shape. She got the 360 deal. There's all kind of stuff going on with her, man. Got a big fight this weekend, and I'm telling you right now, I just have a funny feeling. I mean, Claressa's supposed to win. I just got a funny feeling Kaye Scott may do the business. Because Kaye Scott, I'm not really seeing much of her, man. What's good, Dion? Blue Jay, what's up with you? Kishwa, Nikki, how's everybody doing as y'all trickle in? Make sure y'all hit that like button. I appreciate it. Tanya Cotton Bake, what's up, Misha? Yeah, I'm just telling you, man, look, the phone line is open, 929-839-0679. Y'all already know how I operate. Y'all ain't got to wait for me to start talking. As soon as I go live, y'all start activating this phone. I got to get off of here at 12 o'clock, so y'all call in. As y'all are calling in, I'm not going to keep people on here for 8, 10, and 15 minutes. I want to get everybody to get in, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to tell y'all hello. And look, let's go ahead and get this thing popping, right? Let's get this thing popping. I was looking at a video today of Big Gwoat, and we're going to talk about everything. Even the damn, what's that shit? The 360 deal. She getting screwed. But I was just looking at this right here of Claressa Shields, man. And y'all tell me what y'all think. Now, I'm looking at her. I'm looking at the waist. I'm looking at the punches. And I don't know, man. She just don't seem to be in that great a shape, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to show y'all something else that I was looking at here that had me a little confused, man, when it comes to Claressa Shields. Because to be at 160, I expected her to be in better shape. But damn, man, she don't look to be in all that great a shape, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not at all trying to, make fun of anybody. Y'all know that ain't my style. What I'm saying is she just doesn't look to be 160 pounds. I mean, look at her. Claressa does not look to be 160 pounds. Even if let's squeeze this in. She don't look to be 160 pounds, man. Claressa still look about 180. Now, what's she going to weigh? I have no idea. She got a knee brace on. I don't know if y'all noticed that knee brace on. That means Claressa probably has an injury. You don't just wear a knee brace for style. You know what I'm saying? So Claressa, like she got an injury. She looks out of shape. You know what I'm saying? She more worried about the cameras. She more worried about out here looking like a superhero. She matter of fact, she kind of like Bruce Lee. Y'all think I'm joking? I saw her with that black and yellow. I said, damn, man, Big Gwoat trying to go Bruce Lee on us. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, all the old school people know. We all seen Enter the Dragon. Claressa out here looking like Bruce Lee and shit. So maybe she too focused, you know what I'm saying, on all the bull crap, instead of really focusing on what she need to be. Because she got the black and yellow like Bruce Lee. Anyway, man, let me get back here to business. That's just how I see it, you know what I'm saying? 929-839-0679, you know what I'm saying? So did she hurt her knee? That's what it looked like. Looked like Claressa Scott got an injury. Because that wasn't no style. I mean, who she with? The Saint Lunatics? They wear the black tape under their eye. She wear a black knee brace now. Who's she? Nelly cousin? You know what I'm saying? Said she don't look good. Nah, man. I'm telling you. And then Kaye Scott, I haven't seen much of anything on Kaye Scott, but I tell you what, Kaye Scott is out here ready to shock the world. You know what I mean? I'm looking. These people don't look locked in, man. I think they really underestimated Kaye Scott. You know what I'm saying? Then I got to wonder about this 360 deal. Claressa Shields so worried about rapping, walking around with security guards, You know what I mean? About what Remy doing, about what Krishan's doing, about what Teshki's doing, about if she gonna fight Teshki. Clarissa out here got the Corvette stolen. She out here worried about everything. I think they spread her too thin. That's just my opinion. Now, I'm going to tell you, she's supposed to win this fight, all right? Stars are being lined up for Big Gwoat to win. But I almost feel like they just spread her too thin, man. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why they spread her thin is because anything that she does, from an appearance, and she gets a fee, if she does an interview, if she receives a fee, well, then her whole team benefits, win records, part of that 360 deal. And I do believe she's in a 360 deal. I haven't seen the contract, no. So I'm just telling you, this is my opinion. But just from what we now know about 360 deals and what she has been doing, it all seems to make sense. So I've never seen her this distracted going into a fight. Even with the Franchon fight, she wasn't this distracted. But she was distracted, but not like this. But she's all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why she got on that yellow. Yellow like the yolk of an egg, because she scrambled and shit. You know what I mean? I agree with her. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, y'all know I don't be out here trying to disrespect the ladies and shit, even though Big Gwoat is annoying as hell. Y'all know I watch what I say about her because she's still a female. She crazy, though, but it is what it is. Anyway, 929-839-0679. Y'all call me and tell me what y'all think. I want to know. Do y'all think Clarissa wins or y'all think she loses? Do y'all think Kaye Scott has a chance? I want to hear what y'all had to say. Y'all think she being spread too thin? Because I'm looking at Papoose. Papoose out there looking Jiggy John O. He dressed, man, in the pink. He looking like Cameron and shit. Man got the pink hat, pink jacket, pink shorts, white Air Force Ones, a bunch of jewelry on looking like Mr. T nephew. Papoose out here look like he living his best life, doing nothing, getting paid off of Clarissa Shields. I mean, that's a damn good life, you know what I mean? Big pimping, spending cheese. I mean, hood champion maybe I shouldn't have stayed in the military so long. And when I got out, maybe I should have got into pimping the honeys and shit. Maybe so. I should have got some people in a 360 deal. Because my man has got, what's that shit called, man? Passive income. You know what I mean? That's all it is. Clarissa is out here generating passive income for everybody. Not in shape and in a 360 deal. Horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. It says, does she look bigger than 160? Look, man, I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure how much she weighs. I'm just telling you, for me, seeing her come into to fights, I remember when she was at 154 and 160. She looked smaller than that. You know, her butt is really wide and huge and you know, shaped the way it is. Big old lobster tail. The legs look super thick. She always looked more streamlined in her physique when she was at the lighter weights. That's why I'm not understanding how come she looks the same. You know? Now with Kaye Scott is in shape. I'm telling y'all right now, somebody commented yesterday about Kaye Scott and how her core seems so small. That's because Kaye Scott put the work in. She is taller, but Kaye Scott put the work in. And she looks like it. And remember, when Clarissa was at heavyweight, she said she had abs, right? And then, you know, I had the experts call into my channel. A lot of my homeboys, all my brethren, they were like, yo, because all of us used to work out back in the day. All of us were in great shape. We understand diet and all that. But they were like, let's spray on abs, hood. And I looked at like, yeah, that shit was sprayed on. Because I tell you what, if Clarissa had abs at over 175 pounds, where are her abs now? You know what I'm saying? And remember, I'm not here to make fun of nobody. I'm just saying, so, you got to stop with the lies. We're far from slow. Far from slow. You know what I mean? She's not tight. Nah, I'm just being real, man. Now she begging MVP to lift the band. Yeah, of course she wants MVP to lift the band. You know what I'm saying? And look, man, I got about almost 250 people in here. We're going to be up to about 500 soon. 929-839-0679. Y'all call in. I want to hear from y'all. But of course she wants MVP to lift that band. Of course she wants to fight women from over there. She becoming nowhereian, man. You know what I mean? The position that Clarissa's in, she did it to herself. I didn't do it to her. You didn't do it to her. She did it to herself. You know what I'm saying? Let's see who can break the ice and be the first caller. Because this show runs because of y'all. Y'all the MVPs. I just fill in the dead space. But she does want to work with MVP. She has nowhere to go. You got Michaela Mayer over there that she can't fight. You know what I'm saying? this Alicia Baumgartner talk, I don't think that would ever happen. But even the Chantel Cameron, look, MVP just signed, what's her name, Alif Turhan. So that means Caroline DeBar got some things that she need to think about. But the bottom line is,
Kenya.
Go ahead, call it. Yo.
Hey,
how you doing?
I just wanted to tell you now, you know damn well that Corvette didn't get stolen. Clarissa doing an insurance job on that Corvette.
Yeah, we know there's more to that story, 100%.
Oh, come on, man. As soon as I heard that, I mean, people in New York always do that. She know what she doing. She didn't want the Corvette no more. She just got the Corvette because she heard Remy rapping about two-seater cars. So she want to compete with Remy. She got the Corvette. She don't want it again. So they doing an insurance job on it. And then I heard that today she was begging MVP to lift the ban because she want to fight Tamm or somebody like that.
Tamm Tebow, yeah.
Yeah, so she was like, MVP, lift the ban, because I'm coming for Tamm. She just wanted them to lift that ban because you know what? She not making that money. She not making that money that she thought she was gonna make from them sales on them seats. Because I was looking at them seat sales, there's still a lot of seats left. And she done took so much trash too. People in Atlanta, they not messing with her neither. She was in the mall complaining about people in Atlanta. You know what I noticed about her that I didn't notice before? She always angry. She always mad. She always complaining. For her to be 31 years old complaining like that, when she get my age, she gonna really be complaining. She's a constant complainer. I noticed that about her. She's very unhappy.
Yeah, she's unhappy. She's not happy. Remember, I asked her that when I interviewed. I said, "You seem unhappy, Big Gwoat. You don't seem happy. What's the problem? What's the issue?" She's like, "I'm very happy." I'm like, "You don't seem that way. What's the problem?"
She's very unhappy to be a young girl.
Yep. It's sad. Well, it is sad to watch. She's all over the place, man.
Another thing I want to tell you, that video about the 360 deal when your homeboy called,
yeah.
he was on point. We had discussed that a while back too.
Right.
She was in a 360 deal. But I said that's a damn shame that she let penis get her blindsided like that. She talking about she got the WAP and all this stuff. That girl something is wrong with that girl. Something ain't right with her upstairs. I seen her now. Why you want to get into the ring today? Got a face full of makeup on, got a wig on. The wig was sliding down her face, and the makeup was melting off of her face. She looked like a damn fool in that ring today. But she doing all of this for Atlanta. But Atlanta, they not feeling her because she too disrespectful.
Yeah.
She too disrespectful.
Yeah, of course. Nobody's feeling her. She's become a nowhereian. And she did it to herself. She got nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? And most people don't feel sorry for her. And I understand why. Because she didn't give a damn about anybody she was insulting out here, from the young to the old and in between. Now she's out here and things done dried up. After Kaye Scott, what they got for her over there on Demetri Salita Promotions? Papoose and Win Records, as part of the 360 deal, they're supposed to create opportunities. If that deal's going to work, they got to bring her multiples of millions of dollars in opportunities she can't create on her own. And then, of course, they deserve a percentage. But right now, it's all on her. So they're doing little to nothing, but they're getting some of that passive income. And that's horrible to see what's going on. Horrible. But she did it to herself. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what hurt me the most? The fact that Salita was set up Kaye Scott like that to get beat up by Clarissa, and that's his own fighter. You gonna let Clarissa was on the video today talking about how she gonna break her nose, break her ribs. She was talking real heavy. She was talking real heavy today about what she gonna do to Kaye Scott. And that really bothered me that Salita was set Kaye Scott up like that. That really, really bothered me.
Yeah, it should.
Why would you do that to your own boxer?
Yeah. No, that's foul, man. You can't, we've been talking about it, and Clarissa wasn't saying too much, but now she gone into Gwoat zone and shit, you know what I mean? Now she talking that shit. And I heard her being more aggressive and more disrespectful about Kaye Scott and talking about women I fought. Look, I beat Franchon's ass. Ain't gonna be no different. I'm here to hurt them, knock them out, and hurt them. And I'm like, damn, she really dropping that weight, 40 plus pounds, to come out here and try to hurt Kaye Scott so she can tell Amanda Serrano, Alicia Baumgartner, and even her friend Caroline, I got power too. I get knockouts too. That's what it is. Carissa's got the record. She got the titles. She just don't have the power in knockouts. Nobody's talking about it. And then Lanai Daniels, we saw what happened with her and Shadesha. Everyone knows I love Shadesha. But Clarissa's looking at that feeling like, oh, that I want to outdo that performance. And that's all crap to me anyway. But this is what's going on. So I hope Kaye Scott worked on that bazooka jab with some speed and is educated, and she can put that jab all up in Clarissa's mouth. Because that's wrong what Demetrius Salita did to Franchon and what they're doing to Kaye Scott.
But Hood is not going to work because Clarissa going to be high up off that snack. And when Kaye Scott hitting that, she not going to be feeling it. Because that snap gets her in beast mode. She be like an animal. She be like an animal breaking into a cage. When she gets on that snap, she goes bananas. She gonna go bananas on Kaye Scott.
Thanks, E-Dogs, for that $5.
Once she get that snap,
we got the poll going, Pop.
Crazy. I hope that Kaye Scott take her some snack, but I just hate the fact that Salita is no good. He's grimy, just like Franchon said. He set Kaye Scott up to get beat down, and that's dirty and that's wrong. And if I was I would never want to be under him. He is no good. Period.
Yeah, he shocked me. He shocked me. I was thinking today, man, where they're at, they get a piece of that money, and I just think that is horrible.
But let me ask you something. How come Win Record haven't signed no new artists since they signed Clarissa? How come they haven't had? I remember when they signed the deal. Papoose said, we put asses in seats. We do all type of concerts. I haven't seen none of their concerts. I haven't seen none of their artists. I haven't seen them putting no asses in seats. So is Clarissa Win Record's only artist? Because that's what it seemed like.
No, they have some artists. I think the individual who was singing at the fight in Detroit, I think she was actually another one of their artists.
Yeah, but how come you don't hear about none of their events? They said they put asses in seats.
Because they don't make any money. Clarissa is the flagship fighter, flagship rapper, flagship goddamn everything. She got more jobs. I mean, I'm West Indian. She got more jobs than a Trinidadian. They're all Jamaican, you know what I mean? They got her wearing all kind of hats, you know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous.
This is a fraud, Hood.
Yeah, I know. It's something ain't right there. We all know that. You know what I mean? We all know that. You know what I'm saying? Something ain't right there.
It's a fraud. You don't hear about none of their events, none of their concerts. You don't hear about nothing that they doing. The only thing you hear about is what they doing with Clarissa. They don't even have a marketing team. They don't even have a team who even market Clarissa.
Right.
His daughter's supposed to be a singer. I know she's pregnant right now, but I ain't even never seen her have no concert. Where are they concerts? Because if Win Record is supposed to be a label, they could put on their own shows. They got enough artists, allegedly, to put on their own show. Why haven't they sold out the Garden? Why haven't they sold out Barclays? Papoose is from New York. He's supposed to have so many connections. They could take, Win Record should be able to take all their artists and do one show. Where is it? They lying. They full of shit.
And look, I gotta put the hairy eyeball on them guys. I'm just being real. Something don't seem right, and I feel like she's getting screwed. Will she ever come out?
You like a New Yorker. You know what time it is. It's game. It's all game.
Hey, look. I got a podcast to run. I hood champ. You know how I operate over here.
No, I know what you're saying, but I can say it though. Yeah, I can say what I want to say.
All I'll say is,
I'm letting you know they are fraud. They are fraud. And Papoose sitting up in there and pink. Man, sit down. It's like, Papoose, you're not important. You're making money off of this girl. Passive income, man. Yeah, she better than having 25 rental properties that are paid off. You know what I'm saying? He got women's all around the globe claiming him. And then what is so special about him? I'm telling you, I'm disgusted with Papoose. I used to think he was a stand-up dude. I used to think he was righteous because he used to hide behind his religion, saying that he was a 5%er and all that. I really used to think he was a stand-up dude. But now I know he's a pimp. He's a player. He's a hustler. He's a gigolo. That's all he is.
You know, it made me wonder. After I educated myself on that 360 deal, it made me think about Remy and when she said he was taking 20% of her money. Now, y'all know I didn't watch all them clips and videos. I just listened to y'all. But I did hear y'all say that, and I did see that part. But I didn't think nothing of it, because y'all know I don't be giving a care. But after seeing what's going on with Clarissa, I'm like, man, this the same cookie cutter approach he took to Remy. He just took it to Clarissa now. I'm gonna get my percentage.
No. You're wrong there.
Okay, educate me.
He's getting more than that off Clarissa. He's getting 20% off of the boxing side. He's getting 20% off of the win side. He's getting money for writing her music. He's getting money for being her manager. He's getting money all the way around the board off her. She's locked in for life with him.
Right. Well, I don't know what all he's getting, but what I'm saying is the approach he took with Remy was making sure he got a percentage off of her blood, sweat, and tears. He's now getting a percentage off of Clarissa's blood, sweat, and tears. That's what I'm saying. So he got that hustle in him. You know what I mean? I don't know how.
He gave way more than 20% off of Clarissa because he works for Win too.
Right.
He works for Win. We don't know what part we don't know what he's getting at some money. You know what she said that was dumb as hell when she was on that interview? She said me and Papoose
partnerships.
We in a partnership. Y'all not in no partnership. You don't bring nothing to the table. You bringing everything to the table, girl. What's wrong with you? You're not in no partnership. She crazy as hell. How y'all partners when you bring everything to the table, Hood? This girl bring everything to the table. How are they partners? They're not equal partners.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. He's supposed to be bringing opportunities. See, that's the thing I understand at the 360 deal. Like, look, I am very Sesame Street when it comes to this shit. I'm just telling you, from my understanding, from what I read, if they are bringing her big deals, big opportunities that she's not creating on her own, well, then that's what they bring to the table. Okay, here's a $10 million deal. You could have never got that without us. So we're going to take a little, almost like a finder's fee. That's fair to me. But right now, I don't see them creating any opportunities for her that she couldn't have created for herself or wasn't going to do with just between her and Dimitri Salita. I think she should have went with MVP. I think she messed up. That's my opinion.
I don't see what they created for her. I don't see nothing that they created for her besides boxing. And she goes into the studio and make music. Hell, I go into the studio all the time with my students and we do podcasts, we make music, we do all type of stuff in the studio. Anybody could buy studio time.
Right, I'm tracking.
I just don't see what are they creating for her. She has no endorsements. She has no sponsors. What is she doing?
Nothing. They're getting paid off of her. They were I think they were hoping that Clarissa would have been able to go out here and attracted all this money, and they were hoping her as the villain would have made her more marketable. Yeah, it got her a lot of attention. It got her a lot of fame, but it
negative attention.
Yeah, but of course, but it didn't mean that it made her liked at all. So it backfired.
Not only that, she been living in Atlanta all this time. She don't own that house. Everybody done did the research. She doesn't have ownership of that house she live in, and now she trying to patronize different places down there. Like she went into Rashida's shop the other day and bought clothes. But you've been living in Atlanta for months. You just going to buy clothes. You just patronizing people's businesses. She full of it too. Anyway, Hood, that's all I wanted to say. I'll give somebody else a chance to call.
All right, I appreciate you. Take care, all right?
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Yeah. Let me call the phone bubbling, man. Let me call some people back here. But yeah, I'm just saying, man, this whole thing is interesting to me. It really is. I'm just being honest with you, you know. This one right here, call you. I never seen nothing like it. Just being honest with you, you know what I'm saying? Never. Let's see who this.
Hey, Hood.
Hey, what's up with you? How you doing?
Ain't nothing. I was watching Boxing Ego. I like his video. I like his channel too.
Yeah. Okay.
And it showed he was showing how Clarissa Shields was on there talking junk about Tamm and how you say her name, Deasley?
Yeah. Definitely. But it's fine. Yeah,
and saying that she should have been, how are they the number 1 and number 2 eligibility for the ring belt? She should have been eligible for that belt.
Yeah,
she only been 160 a hot minute.
Yeah, what she was saying is what she didn't know is that Desley and Tabo were number 1 and 2. That's why the ring belt was on the line. So Clarissa, and I think she was aware of that. Clarissa just says things to go viral in clicks and views because she get paid at the end of the month a handsome little check from all the social media platforms, and Win Records, they take their percentage. So that's all that is. Because Clarissa, if she beats Kaye Scott, she will be the number 2, and at 160, she should fight Tamm Tabo. You know what I'm saying? But Tamm was number 1, and Desley was number 2 at the time. So, and Kaye Scott was number 7. So it is what it is. You know, Clarissa just talking.
And I think it's wrong what they're doing, making them fight each other coming out of the same camp. But I believe that that's to keep the money recycled.
Oh, that's all. That's what a lot of promoters do who have a large stable. They have their fighters fight each other. That way, the money stays in house. You know, that's not it's not uncommon. But for someone like Clarissa Shields, look, she's a big fish in a small pond on Demetrius Salita Promotions. And if you take her to MVP, you know what? She's a big fish in a big pond. Clarissa is a big fish, man. She's a big deal. Nobody likes her because of her attitude, but she's a big deal. They don't have enough to keep her busy. You know what I mean? That's like you have a horse, a pet horse, and you got a chicken. You can't give him what the fucking chicken eating. You know what I'm saying? The horse, yeah, he gonna look at you crazy. He like, man, I want more than this little corn and bullshit you give me. Feed me the chicken. You know what I'm saying? So that's where Clarissa Shields is at. I don't think they have enough to satisfy her appetite for destruction. So she need to go out there and get busy with the MVP girls. But Jake Paul gonna dangle that carrot in front of her. Apologize. You want to come over here? Apologize, then kiss our asses. And then maybe we'll consider it. Because they're getting that Wu-Tang Cream cha-ching ching dollar bill y'all over there. They on ESPN. They on ESPN. They in all these different houses. They got old people, young people in between watching, becoming familiar with their fighters. So people can say whatever they want. Oh, they only had 3,000 in front of that crowd, 4,000 at the crowd. Okay, how many homes were they in on ESPN? All right. So
not only that, how much was them tickets? They certainly wasn't $68.
Right. So let's keep it real. They got a long-term plan and they're diligently working towards it. With Win Records, man, they just out here shooting from the hip. Okay, we got a little win. Let's stop, regroup, think about what we're gonna do next. They picking low-hanging fruit. Demetrius Salita picking low-hanging fruit. You got a superstar like Clarissa Shields, and this is what y'all doing with her? You tell me you don't have a long-term plan for her? Now, I know Papoose got in the head and got her thinking they're going to get a Pap Jr. next year and a marriage and all that. That's how she got into that deal. You know, we're going to be together. We're going to have a family, this and that. Now, I'm making an assumption now, but we're just conversating. That's why she seemed to be so cool with everything, because she's thinking her and Papoose going to get married like Jagged Edge and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's going to happen. And I think once she realizes, yo, this isn't what I thought it was, she's going to be miserable. She's going to be miserable. You know who I think she's going to look like? And I love her to death. Whenever I watch Mary J. Blige, she looks empty. She never looks happy anymore. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I watch her, I'm like, damn, that's sad to watch. A woman, beautiful woman with all that talent, she just looks deflated, man. And I think Clarissa is going to be going that direction. You know what I mean? Because guys doing them dirty. You know, and that's just my opinion. Now, hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm on the outside looking in. I don't know. It's just a conversation.
Right. I don't know. I just was tripping off of here. Like, she never can give anybody credit. Everything got to be about her.
She doesn't like women. That's why. She doesn't. Well, you know, some people say she do like women, but she don't like women. She can't give anyone credit. If she does say something good about them, she comes and she overshadows it with talking about herself. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It really is. You can't be the face of nothing when you out here breaking everybody down. You know what I'm saying? That's not how that works.
You know what? I hope that Jake Paul don't never lift. She would never be able to fight none of my girls. Never.
Yeah, she slaps.
You talked all that junk about us. We trash.
Yep.
We garbage. We this. We this. Now you need some money.
Yep.
Now you want to fight. Now you want some titles. Now you want to fight. I would never allow her to fight. And if it do, your camp gonna have to come out like you did, like she did a Layla Ali, 15 million. You got to come through with some bank.
Yep.
Put that money where your mouth is.
She did it to herself. She disrespected Jake, all the women, Nikisa, everybody. And those guys are all about their business. Don't get me wrong. They know having one of their fighters fight Clarissa Shields is a big feather in their cap if they win. But if they lose, all she's going to do is go back to talking trash. Yeah. Y'all let me come over there. Look, I played y'all. Y'all still suck. Y'all still ain't nothing. Man, please, big Gwoat time. Watch. That's what she's going to do.
And I please don't. She already a beast. She already a monster. Please don't make that. If she do go over there, fight somebody and win, we won't be able to. We already tired of her.
It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be ridiculous.
But it'll be more money for the content creators.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know me, man. I'm going to be doing my content on her. You know what I'm saying?
So, I watched a video today when you broke down what ChatGPT said.
Right. Yeah, it was very educational, man. I ain't gonna lie.
It was, but I told you, Chat, last night when I called in, I told you, Chat went in about it. Like, when you ask Chat the questions, Chat will let you know. But I asked Chat, could they sue her? And Chat said yes. And they can get the money and they can sue her. I really think they're going to get her for breach of contract if she can't bring them no more money.
They could. The way some of that stuff is worded, you know, I don't, the way how it could be worded. Some contracts are worded because I don't know what her contract is like, but, you know, I hope she had a lawyer look at that. I just put it to you this way, you know what I'm saying? I hope she had a lawyer look at that. And I hope she knows.
If she had a lawyer look at that contract, we would have known that already.
Yeah, I think she would have said something.
Yeah, she'd have said something about it already.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But that's all. I'm gonna go back in the bushes with the chat with Chat. I just wanted to ask you about that. I had just seen that about maybe 15 minutes ago, and then I said it's time for Hood. Let me get up off of here, and I came on into the live. Right, it's crazy. Okay. You got us on a time clock.
Yeah, well, that's wild, man. Because I almost didn't come on because I'm doing a little sniffling and stuff, and I don't want people to be hearing me sniffling, man. Somebody made a comment today. Excuse me, sir. If your nose is running, blow your nose. I can't get through your video. I was like, well, you don't need to be here. I blocked the ass. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, get out of here. You don't need to be here. I'm fucking sick. You know what I'm saying? You should be grateful I'm doing videos, you know? So I got a little runny nose. I try to, mute the mic, but excuse me, sir. I'm like, man, you better excuse your ass up out of here, man.
That's how you know she not a hoodster.
Yeah,
a hoodster would have understood.
Right, of course, man. But that being said, man, I appreciate you as always, man. I'm looking forward to hearing from you again. Let me take some more of these calls.
Okay, love. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. All right, who is that? Oh, the phone bubbling. Hey, look, man, y'all call. I will call you back. You already know that. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry if you call and I don't answer. I'll call you back. I don't care if I got to stay on here till 1. If the live is bubbling, I'll stay on.
Hey, my friend, what's going on?
What's up with you?
Oh, man. This girl here getting worse by the day. I'm like, Jesus. Right. She ain't got but a couple of days.
Right.
She all at the mall and told her to put the phone down. She didn't want to do that. She had to talk about the people, but she put that damn phone stick down. She all like some expensive mall in Atlanta. They say she talking about her own damn city. I say these people ain't going to see no fight.
Right.
Talking about her own city. I say this dumb ain't got such nothing. She don't know when to be quiet. I can't put the stick up. Let the stick go to draw attention to people. The people know who you are. If they want to see you, they're safe. Everywhere she go, don't nobody say nothing to her. I wonder why it was so empty outside of that daggone couch at the state where they gonna have to fight at. The people made her get on the side of the building. She
Right. Yeah, but that's the thing is they're trying to force her on us as this huge celebrity A-lister. She ain't that,
got
man.
the little clothes goes on, tries to sneak up in there and see Rashida at the store. Rashida hiding from.
Miss Cheryl.
Don't nobody want to talk to that girl.
Nah, she did.
Embarrassed.
She did it to herself, and you know, maybe if she was, you know, in another city, maybe they show her a little more love. But she just disrespected a radio personality there in
She
Atlanta.
in their own city.
You know,
That's the dumb part.
you-
You live here, stupid.
Yeah,
Did you forget?
Absolutely crazy, absolutely crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got to be.
Everybody saying the same thing. Ain't no way everybody wrong. You got to have common sense. Well, not her, but you know, most people would be like, "Damn, everybody saying the same thing. I need to get it together some kind of way." Then
Yeah,
everybody can't be wrong. That's normal thinking.
right.
Not Clarissa. She's quite special.
Yeah, man. I'll keep. I don't even. It doesn't make sense for me to say it no more. Yeah, we know she can fight, but I'm just watching it. It's just ridiculous. So if she's listening, Big Gwoat, you do what you want, but if it was me, I would stop. I would apologize. I would take a deep breath, apologize, do a 180, start all over again. You know what I'm
She
saying?
apologized to them people like y'all was saying just a few minutes ago. She is not going. That girl don't have that in her.
No.
Oh no, she'll never, because she thinks she better than everybody. And I know darn well she heard when the OC said about that doggone information that he had. You better know she heard that. And
Right.
she don't believe none of it because she don't want to. But what she gonna do when this woman come out about being with Papoose all that time with Rennie and with her?
Oh,
She trying to tell like
so
she don't know nothing about that. ain't she?
I'm just waiting to hear Clarissa start to attack that woman now. She don't have nothing to do with that. That woman is from the man's past. Clarissa should just leave that alone. That has
Well,
nothing to do with
Rennie
you.
don't want me. She won't leave her alone. So you know darn well she ain't gonna leave that woman alone.
Yeah, she may have. I think she gonna say something. She just need to leave that shit alone. But
She's
Papoose,
stupid. That's old. That's old.
Yeah, that's
Before
old
her
news.
time.
yeah. See, that's the thing about the content creators. I have no idea how they be finding this stuff out. Man, that's why every day if I get
Well,
something
they
sent to
said
me,
the lady coming on. The lady coming on the scene. She want to be seen. They say the lady coming out, so she wants some clout. I guess she wants some clout now.
everybody trying to get.
Maybe the man ain't coming around like he's supposed to, you know, because he probably get paid from her too, obviously.
Something ain't right. You're right, man. When these people come out, they want to be seen. But I tell you what, I saw some images of the woman. You know what I mean? And all I'm, yeah, yeah. All I'm saying is, why would she want to put herself out here on social media and go viral like that?
He ain't got no baby value.
You know, you don't need to be out
And
here.
people ain't gonna do nothing but talk about her. I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
that's what they gonna do.
They already started.
Oh,
That's why I'm like,
I was
what?
talking about, and I'm over here in the room by myself, and I was talking about it. So you know, people talking about
Yeah,
it.
they already are. I just don't understand why you put yourself in a direct line of fire. Why would you put yourself
That's exactly
underneath the
what she
spotlight?
doing. She out there with that little greased up wig. I don't know what instead of coming in front of these people and know these people gonna talk about you, girl.
Yeah. That's crazy. I really don't understand.
I
But
just had to say about her going to Rashida's store trying to come back and all that. That Rashida wanted to talk to her. Rashida was had. She probably was in the back room. Like, y'all let me know if y'all see her coming, cause it ain't happening. They don't want to be seen with that girl. Now she done went out there and bought Papoose a pink suit too. They trying to say you done put Papoose on her pink suit.
you laughing, you can't even get it out, boy.
That's all right. He can wear pink, but the funny part, he got a whole outfit.
Miss Cheryl, you got me cracking up over here. Yeah.
But I hope you feel better, and I want you to get you. That's what I made the call for, to tell you. Get you some Epsom cold medicine.
Right. Yeah, we got some.
And it'll control it during the day when you're trying to talk to us. If you got a cough, I don't give a shit if you got to spit in the bucket. That ain't got a damn thing to do. Like you say, we here to hear what you got to tell us, and we hearing you. I ain't think about what them people talking about. Yes. You're supposed to block that lady, whoever she was.
All
She's
right.
so damn special. Like she ain't never had a cold before.
Right. Yeah. She trying to give me
I
the
ain't gonna
business.
hold you long. I just want to talk a little mess with you tonight. I'm sure I'm gonna find something else. I'm gonna write it down for tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. You take care. I appreciate you as
You
always.
too. You take care of yourself. My main concern is making sure to tell your wife and the family I say hello. But the main thing, get you some Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
And you take them 2 tablets. That help you sleep at night, you know. But you got all that drainage because it's summer and summer is crazy. It's and
Right.
just weather, and you in there doing that in the place it's freezing wherever you go, no matter where. They got to have the air
I
on.
was in that boxing gym, man, you know, and then I came out of there like that night. I felt a little funny. I went back the next day, my son and I was feeling it again. I'm like, damn, I done came in here and caught the goddamn Gwoat virus. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Anywhere she at, she gonna give you something. I'm telling you, she gonna give your ass something. It ain't gonna be good because everything she got is negative.
Right.
That girl playing crazy, but it's bad for her. Now she talking bad about. Now they say she talking bad about Miss Kaye. Girl,
Yeah,
I
that's crazy.
hope what that little
It's crazy.
that girl from New York say, "Bing the booty bang bang." I hope she bang her up. I hope Miss Kaye tear her up.
All right,
Went
Miss.
around there looking like she my size. Tell me she weighs some 160. Girl, you don't weigh no 160.
Yeah, Clarissa does not weigh 160. But all right, Miss Cheryl, we appreciate you,
I
man.
love you, baby. I know I can't stay. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, you take care. Thank you.
And you take care of yourself. And if you ain't got to come up here one day or a little shorter time, then take time for yourself so you can get better.
All right, I will. I appreciate you.
Okay, sugar. Talk to you soon.
All right, you take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. All right, let's move on down the line, man. E-Dogs, I see you in there giving everybody the business. E-Dog's gonna go all out for Papoose, boy. That's one thing for sure. That's family right there. Nobody block E-Dog. That's my family right there.
Hello.
How you doing as her champion?
Hi. I have A, B, C, D. Okay. A, Clarissa, she done forgot where she came from. She was bullied so long. So she done forgot where she came from. So everybody, since she's up, everybody's beneath her. Okay? And B, by everybody being underneath her, she don't want nobody to be above her. Okay? And she talked about the YouTube block. So that's a y'all YouTube block. Y'all got to make money like that. I'm a millionaire. But you know what? You remember when she got a $4,000 check from YouTube and or whatever she was doing? So now all she's doing is streaming. Okay, this is how she's gonna make her money because she don't have no endorsement, no brands, no nothing. Okay, and she's not understanding that. Like you said, attitude. Okay, and you're burning bridges everywhere you go. And I heard the lady earlier saying she was at the mall. I saw that. And she was getting mad with the people because there was security telling her she can't do the tripod. You know, but she was thinking, oh, they got an attitude. I hate it. Like, oh, she's so important.
She tried to set up a tripod?
Yeah, she had the tripod, walking with it. The thing.
The selfie stick. The selfie stick.
She said tripod. Okay. I'm going by what she said.
Okay.
Because she was saying, I just got my tripod up. I can't have this up here. I'm not turning it your way. But it's people privacy. And that's their mall. That's their rules inside of their mall. You want to be like too prestige up here, But God is bringing her completely down. I followed you with the 360 deal, okay? So the mistake she made was she had the manager for 10 years, and you was with the leader, okay? The people wanted to with that MVP, wanted to sign you. Even Papoose said, oh, they had a good deal. He was saying they had a good deal, okay? But you wanted her so you could, this shell business that y'all hurry up and put together, because that's all it is, okay? Like a Ponzi thing or whatever. And like you said, that's why they wanted Layla Ali to come out. That was going to pull some big money. And I don't know if he knew that she was this arrogant, crazy, crazy. I mean, this girl is crazy, childish, and she talk about everybody, you putting the people down in the mall, everybody you pay. So, but God is bringing her down, okay, to where she's streaming. And that's what I want to throw in her face. You talked about the YouTube black. Y'all got to stream. I'm a billionaire. I'm a 2-time Olympic, this, that. Okay? So, yeah, so this is what she's saying. So now you're on their level. And guess what I seen? She did not have no money. She got plastic. And when she went in Rashida's store, they sure focused to see how she was looking, because she didn't know if the card was going to go through or not. Okay? So she don't have all that. You know how she had that money all flashing.
Oh, yeah.
So now you streaming, you YouTuber, you what that is, Instagram.
Right, so yeah.
This is so God done brought you down, baby. You going down. And like they say, I just pray. I know she got to get this knockout. Okay, so she could brag about it, right? So I just pray, when I called the other night,
Right.
that this lady do not have to be taken out on the stretcher.
Right.
I just pray for the lady, because I'm praying that the lady too, that like you say, wear her out. Because I'm going to tell you, when she get on that scale, she is not no 160. Okay? She is not 160. So they probably giving her a little bit more money to fight her with whatever weight she is right there. Okay? She's not 160. Okay? And over the card thing. Okay?
I gave you 2 more minutes, then I got to take the next call.
Okay, yeah. I have a 2021 Malibu. Okay, just start with the key. I have OnStar. If somebody steal my car, I call the police. They gonna locate, and they call me, and then call the police, and they gonna locate my car. That car is repo. Okay, that's all I got to say.
Okay,
that's all I got to say. All right, then.
Okay,
go back in the chat. All right. Okay.
All right, bye. Yeah, y'all think Clarissa should apologize to who do y'all think Clarissa should apologize more to? Or you think all? Alicia, Shadesha, Layla, or Miss Shanika? I think she got to apologize to everybody. And then maybe we'll think about letting her fight with MVP. But she messed up. She ain't Floyd Mayweather. She ain't Mike Tyson. Them villains were likable. She went about it all wrong. All wrong. All right. 916, I'm calling you back. I'm about to move on. All right, I tried to show you love. I'm out of here. Next one. I'm sure they'll call back. And that's all good. But that's the thing. You can't be out here just disrespecting everybody going out Capone.
Hey, honey.
What's up with you?
Nothing much. I was sitting here listening to everybody making my list.
Okay, what you got?
Okay, so I'm going to make it real quick. You know she already got low self-esteem. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, she got low self-esteem. You know she's socially awkward. And she was picked on when she was broke and all that. She was a social outcast until now that she got a little bit of limelight. You already know what you call it used to say, Rick James used to say, that snow is a hell of a drug, and clout is a hell of a drug. And she done got her little overdose, and she can't handle it. And then on top of that, if you pull up page 6, because they was talking about Pat Pooh's daughter being a flip-flopper.
Yeah, I saw somebody said something about that today.
Yeah, and when I seen her on Instagram with calling her daughter and her stepdaughter, I was like, what kind of crap is this? Now she is so disloyal. So when I was looking at that, I was like, okay, let me go ahead and do some digging for her. So when I call in, I got some info for you. Now the Pat Pooh's daughter, she used to be with the Golden Child all the time, and she used to post her on her TikTok. Ever since Pat Pooh started messing with Carissa. She haven't been with the Golden Child. She didn't go to the Golden Child birthday. She don't post a little girl, nothing no more. And then on top of that, a couple years back, when Remy had got into where they so called said that it was just Brittany said that Pat Poose had punched her, but Remy was taking the rap. It was over Pat Poose's daughter. If you pull up that page 6 article about that, it was over Papoose' daughter because just Brittany was so-called stalking her, and Remy had approached her and told her, like, don't be stalking her or whatever. That's how that situation handled out. And, for you to be somebody in the family for 20-some years and for you to switch up that much, and you got this lady name tattooed on your forearm, Pat Poose, her son, and Pat Poose's daughter. They all three of them got a tattoo of Remy. And then you gonna switch up on a lady like that?
Oh, that's what people are talking about, the flip flopping.
Yeah. Like how could you do that? You're an opportunist, just like your daddy. I see you trying to promote your little cosmetic line or whatever the case may be. But yeah, Carissa, she's a hot mess. And at the end of the day, Carissa, she reminds me of a sister from Sparkle when she had got with Satin, and he just pulled her down. And I hate to say it, but Sister Mother, she had told her, she was like, he's a rat. What she said, she lived in Harlem all her life, and she know a rat when she see one, and he ain't gonna do nothing but pull her down to the gutter. And that's exactly what Pat Poose is doing. And Carissa don't see it, but she gonna be sitting up there singing her shoulda, coulda, wouldas when it's all said and done. Because when the money is dried up and they turn around and they can't get no more use out of her through that Winning Records deal, that 360 deal, people better watch out and people better pray for that girl, because she gonna try to kill herself. Because she has never been in love as much as she is in love with Pat Poose. Pat Poose is her everything right now. And then on top of that, with Carissa Shields, when I said she is socially awkward, she has never been in the position where she was in the in crowd. Now that she's a part of the in crowd, she's doing whatever she can so she could be accepted. And she don't know how to handle it. And she also got that alpha male spirit too. So it's like she got a lot of things going on with her. But Hood, I had to catch you up on all that.
Yeah, you did that because I don't be on the internet like that. So I was just sitting here like, damn, all that's going on. But the one thing you said about Clarissa, is trying to assimilate and these different crowds of people with different status. You can see she's not comfortable because the interests aren't the same. The conversation is not going to be the same. You know what I'm saying? If they're talking boxing, well, that's a perfect fit for Clarissa. Anything outside of boxing, what can she intelligently speak on? Now, I listen to her talk, and I have yet to hear her talk about anything outside of being negative and drama-filled and boxing. Outside of that, the conversation is limited. So I don't think...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, she needs to I don't know, I'm not even trying to be funny, but she may not be able to travel all around the world, but with a book, you can bring the world to you. She needs to start reading. She needs to start doing things because if in fact Clarissa wants to be if in fact they start inviting her to these big events with Hollywood A-listers, different sporting figures, when she go out there, it's not going to be a bunch of ghetto ratchet bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's going to be an instant turnoff for not everyone, but for most, even the down to earth people. I'm a very down to earth guy, but I can only take so much bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I ease up out of there. And I think that's what she's going to find. They're going to be like, hey, okay, hold on 1 second, man. Let me talk to you in a second. And they find a way to duck her. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And she doesn't have the mental capabilities or the speech or vocabulary to actually market herself. She can't put herself out there. And, Pat Poose, he's very educated. He don't want her to actually brush up on her skills because, he want her to continue being in the dark. You know, a person that gets knowledge and their brain and stuff is being stimulated, it grows. He don't want her to grow too much because he want that control. And you know, one thing Remy always said about Papoose. She said Papoose in the beginning, he was a guy you thought like, oh, he's so wonderful because he helped with this and he he's always there and he does this for you and does that for you. And then eventually when you wake up out of it, you be like, dang, is that all he bringing to the table? And she haven't had that wake up call yet.
Right. Yep. It's interesting to see what's going to happen over the next 6 months. I tell you what, this weekend, if she loses this weekend, I'm telling you, the comment is coming. Hood Champion, I'm gonna be at my house underneath the table somewhere because all hell gonna break loose if she loses this weekend. You know what I'm saying?
You seen her trying to control that limp in the ring.
She got a knee brace.
She had that knee
Yeah,
brace.
she got a knee brace on.
I said, oh, it's sucky now. I said, yeah, God to open the door for
Kaye
Kaye.
Scott?
That door don't open, and I'm hoping she wins so she can become humble. And see, a lot of people don't know about Carissa. She always hollering about them 18 titles and all that stuff. 11 of those titles were vacant titles. She didn't go up against a champ to win those titles. They were vacant, okay?
Right.
So 11 of them really didn't count because you really didn't go up against nobody to actually win it. To get the championship. So, but Carissa Shields, she's out of shape, and I'm gonna tell you right now how they used to say, in old Hollywood, she working the chitlin circuit. You know how you used to go to these little dive-in stuff. That's what she's doing. Going to different podcasts and radio shows. That and the third. She's doing a chitlin circuit because she doesn't have any else. She doesn't have anything else coming her way, and she has to get those coins to add up. Right. And it's sad to see a person of her accolades to actually have to stoop so low to be on a tickling circuit. She should be having endorsements and stuff, but don't nobody want to touch her because she's a walking hazardous time. Ain't nobody gonna touch her with a 50-foot pole.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this before I end the call with you. It's not anything personal when I say this. Nobody wants to deal with someone who's unpredictable. They want some predictability if they're going to work with you, especially from brands wanting you to be an extension of them. Someone wanting to come as a sponsor and work with you. They want some predictability. Carissa is high risk and unpredictable, and I agree with what you just said.
Yeah, she definitely is. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and call some other people. But I'll keep some notes and stuff for you. Oh, and one other thing. Okay. They got this thing going on Instagram. They got a EBT card with Remy picture on it and her signature on the back of the EBT card for the weed packs.
Oh, that's real?
Yeah, it's going viral. So people actually making money off of this whole situation. And, the more she do, the more she talk about Remy, the more people's going to love her, especially the Black community, because, we not big on the whole adultery thing. And then a lot of Black women, ever since we were little, our mothers have always taught us never to mess with a married man. That's just a big no-no in our community. No. So she's not going to have no forgiveness for that.
I'm glad you said that because I didn't grow up with any sisters. My mother's American, my pop's from Trinidad. I grew up with both cultures, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't have any sisters, so there wasn't many talks about women except for us not to take advantage of women's daughters because we had plenty of women, But that thing you said, that's why every woman who calls in is so passionate. Because me as a man, I'm like, initially I was like, what's the big deal? He's separated. You know what I mean? But oh, Lord have mercy, the women almost killed me. But after listening to the women for a year, you just said something that really gave me that aha moment. You guys, it sounds, and that's what it is. From young women, you guys are taught married men are off limits. And that, okay, and I know a lot of people talk about religion and stuff like that, but in addition to religion, it's just what you're taught as young women. So I'm glad you said that because that gave me the aha moment, like, oh, it's that as well. And obviously, maybe, Clarissa didn't get the message, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, let me tell you, when you're not brought up with family, with morals and stuff, it shows. And my mother, she always told us, what you put into your kids is what you get out of your kids. And then it come out and show what you put into your kids. It's showing that her parents didn't put too much into their kids. And now Carissa is the result of that. And it shows, she's showing that she doesn't have the morals. She wasn't brought up right. She's showing that she was really brought up as a tomboy, and she's having a hard time crossing over to find her woman identity as well. And sometimes I do believe that she is sexually confused. Sometimes I believe that she want to be with a woman, but she don't know if she can cross that hurdle. Because sometimes the women that she come after and her anger towards them, it's like, is that a lover's, anger? Because, you can't approach them the way you want to because you don't want people to know that you have lesbianism tendencies but she comes across like that. And that's the reason why she has that alpha male attitude, is because she has to, she has to portray that, she's hard enough because she's in a male figured sport, but also that she can play with the good old boys. That socially awkward shows that, she used to sit and watch other people in the in crowd. Now she's in the in crowd and she don't know how to handle it.
Right. Okay. I'm tracking with you. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, you call back again with all your notes and you could cook because you were on a roll.
Oh, I'm always cooking. I called in the other day. I'm gonna tell you, you and Two Tone and Bietco. Yeah, I be watching all y'all, and I bounce from different channels, and then I'll be on the little social media platforms because I try to keep myself a little low key because Carissa, she be on these little fake pages, and I was a YouTuber like 2 years ago until she had got my channel taken. So this is my little he on her. I'm all in.
All right. Well, you take care. I appreciate you.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, bro.
Who's this?
Hey, bro. Yeah, hey, yo, you my man that be on the TV Hood, right?
Let's see where we at. Nah, let me call this one back here. See if she answers now. Going down the line. Yeah, the caller was cooking, man. See this person answer, I'm gonna move on to the next number. All right, next number, man. Yeah, okay, where's my girl right here? Yeah, call her back right now. Yeah. This is oh goodness, you can tell who's new here. As we go down the list.
He said, hold on, let me put you on pause.
All right.
Take my earbud out. How you doing?
I'm good. What's going on with you?
Ain't nothing. I'm gonna start with the 360 first.
All right.
When I hear 360, I didn't even look it up. I watched you today when you went into it, and then I watched it the other day when you're home, the other night when your guy called in and talked about it.
Right.
So when I hear 360, you know what I think about? And it says a lot. So when I think about 360, I think about a circle. The circle is never ending. It's 360 degrees and it always comes back to one. You understand? Like it's always going to come back to wherever it originated.
Right.
Full circle. So when I think about that, I'm thinking about it as Papoose is making money off of her every which way. every which way. And the way that you broke it down, you know.
Remember, that was just a video talking about how some 360s are put together. You know, I don't know what's inside her contract, but it does seem that she has a 360 deal.
Right. But when you think about 360 degrees, that's a circle.
Right. Yeah. No doubt.
So that's just coming all the way back around to wherever it started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how I think about that. And it's sad to even watch. And then I was just listening to the last caller, and I was actually, you know, I saw the content creator where she likened what's going on with Clarissa to Sparkle, right? And she likened her to sister. And in that, she mentioned the song. If you ever saw Sparkle, Sparkle is one of my favorite movies of all time. So she was talking about the original Sparkle.
Okay.
And there's a song in that at the end, and it's the one with Irene Cara, the original cast. So Irene Cara, Philip Michael Thomas, all of them. So in the song, it says, if you look into your heart with a positive mind, take self-inventory of your woman and your glory. Leave the bad things behind. Everybody's got a story about the good and the bad things. But for the spices in your life, you got to pay the price, if you know what I mean. That's one verse in that song that lady talked about, because she started it and I actually finished it. So that is why she's liking Clarissa to sister. And another thing I have to say is, why do you think Remy Ma fired Papoose as her manager? Because he wasn't doing what she needed to get done. And the difference in that is Remy was surrounded by people that can actually let her know, no, this is not it. And she didn't have to do that. There was different ways to move around. She had people behind her on that end. Clarissa has nobody. The only person that she has is Kat.
Well, you know, I'm watching the whole thing with Clarissa, you know, and I'm still waiting to see, like, to the end of the year how this plays out, because I'm waiting for the celebratory moments. You know what I'm saying? But when I look at the traditional boxing contract and then I look at the 360 deal contract, just from the way she's conducting herself and the things she's doing, I believe she has a traditional contract from Demetrius Salita and a 360 contract from Win Records. You know, I do. And someone said, I didn't hear her say that she actually said she had a 360. I don't know that. Somebody said that last night. But when you look at it, talking about, you know, music and the different streams of revenue, social media, etc., it kind of makes sense of how we're seeing how she's totally changed up her attitude and took on this villain persona, and just to kind of go out here and gain attention and go viral. So that's why I tend to believe that there's a whole lot of truth to the 360 deal, and maybe she could be caught up in a situation where, hey, you know, there's certain things she's got to do. She has certain obligations, you know. But I haven't seen the contract and nobody else has. I know some people say they've seen it. I don't think anybody's seen her actual contract, but it makes for a good talking point. That's why we're discussing it, because
his wife fired him. His wife fired him. What you think he doing with her?
right.
To me, it just looks like he's trying to make up for everything that he tried to do over there that he couldn't do. And she wouldn't let him do, because she would have been out here continuously looking crazy, messing around with him. So she had to let her go. And now he over here with Clarissa done dragged her down a couple of notches, because this is not the route that she needed to go. I will say that I do, as a boxer, I love to watch that girl in the ring, as far as when she's sparring, when she working out, when she doing stuff with that trainer that she has. I don't know his name, you know. But I like to see her do that stuff. Her money is in her hands, you know. Just make her stop talking. You know, but she can't now because she got to do all this crazy stuff to fulfill the deal. How many fights she got left after this one? Is it one or two?
Two more.
This is only her second fight, right? In
There's a
this
third
contract.
I think it's a second fight. Yeah, she has two more.
She got two more fights. Who gonna fight her? Who gonna fight her?
I don't know. That's why she's trying to go over to MVP and ask them to, let her fight Tamm. You know what I'm saying? She got to figure it out.
Ain't nobody letting her fight at MVP.
Yeah, I don't think they should let her at all.
No, she did that to herself, though.
Right.
She did that to herself. There's no way. If you assault one of my, and that was assault, say it like it is. She said she slapped her, so it ain't no allegedly, because she said she did it. So therefore, she did it, and that's assault. So you assaulting somebody, you assaulting one of my fighters when they not even, there's no fight. Y'all never gonna fight. Y'all never gonna get in the ring together. Can't make money off of that. The only way I could get money off of you on that is to take you to court and make you pay for it. So therefore, why would I let you fight any of my fighters?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think she's in a bad space if she wants to continue fighting. Demetrius Salita could probably find her a couple other fights to fulfill that last two fights she has in the contract with Win Records and with Demetrius Salita. But if she wants to continue, 'cause I know she wants to have a family, whatever's going to happen there is going to happen there. But if she wants to continue, I mean, you look at MVP, they locking down the market. But Demetrius Salita is signing a lot of talent, but not the kind of talent that MVP is picking up. They merged with PFL. They have an alliance with Matchroom. I mean, outside of that, Demetrius Salita has a decent stable of fighters, but they don't have the names for Clarissa to fight. But I think he does have, because if Clarissa wants to go up and down weight, I'm sure he has a couple bodies she can fight. But it's not going to be the fights that fans really want, especially right now. There's a huge demand for her to fight this Tamm. They got the Michaela Mays, Chantel Cameron, of course Alicia, but that ain't gonna happen. Shadacia Green sound like she's gonna continue. I mean, I think some people are kind of hesitant on that, but still, the bottom line, all those names are aligned with MVP. So what's she gonna do? What are they gonna do to get her to big fights?
I would never want Clarissa to fight Shadacia. I like to, when I listen to Shadacia commentate that fight with that girl, they call her Chicken, but
yeah,
I don't know her real name.
Shaw Metcalf.
But what was her real name?
Her name is Shaw Metcalf. I think it's Sharita Metcalf.
Sharita Metcalf. I remember that. But I like what I heard with that. It's like it fit her to commentate. She sounded real good as a commentator. Not everybody could do that, and I like that for her. I don't want Shadacia to fight again, because the first thing they're going to do is what? And then if Shadacia was to ever fight Clarissa, what's the first thing you think Clarissa going to do? What you think she going to do? Because she mean-spirited like that. So what do you think she going to do?
Right, Clarissa's trying to. If she get in the ring with anybody, she gonna try to hurt you and get you out of there. She a fighter. She a fighter. She a fighter through and through. She not gonna care when she in the ring. Once the fight's over, then I don't know how she's gonna feel. But when she's in there, she's trying to hurt you. She's trying to get you out of there. You know what I'm saying?
She's trying to get you up out of there. That's her job. You understand? She is supposed to try to get you up out of there, and that's why I don't like this fight with Kaye Scott. The more and more I watch the Kaye Scott, the more and more I watch her fights, because I've been going back looking at her fights, and then even watching the media workout today.
Yeah,
I didn't like that. Like, I really seeing what Clarissa could do and seeing what Kaye Scott could possibly do. I still don't like that fight, because I really feel like Clarissa gonna hurt her.
And they dead wrong. I'm with the lady that called and said that they dead wrong for putting her in the ring with Clarissa. They are. They dead wrong for doing that. Because the first thing Clarissa gonna do is try to knock that girl in the head.
Right.
Hard.
I'm tracking with you. Well, we're gonna see this weekend.
And that's not right.
Yeah.
And that girl got a daughter.
Well, we're gonna see. She may shock the world. You know what I'm saying?
I hope she do.
You just don't know.
She do.
All right.
No. But all right, Hood.
All right. I'm
gonna get back in the chat.
All right, B. I'll talk to you.
All right.
All right. Yeah. All right. Let me go down the line. Let me tell you something. They fighters, man. I expect Clarissa Shields to try to put hands on anyone she gets in the ring with. You know what I'm saying? I really do. It is what it is. But at the same time, it's just unfortunate that it's Kaye Scott.
Your call has been forwarded to voice.
All right, let me line that number off. They out of here. Let me see who's this. Yeah, go ahead. What's up with you?
It's a Saturday, right?
Yeah. What you got?
Well, first, I think I seen Clarissa trading like probably about 2 weeks ago on her Snapchat, and I noticed she had that knee brace on, and she was getting like some work on her knee. So she definitely probably did her knee in training. She was doing a lot more different workouts than she normally would do. Like she was outside on the beach and everything, so high intensity workouts, probably a lot of stress on her knee. So she definitely could have heard it or whatever. As far as the fight go, I'm gonna be honest with you. Stylistically, I don't know. I don't think Kaye Scott got it. Not even just because of the age, but because of the way she fight. She don't really like jab and move like she probably should. And I think Clarissa gonna be able to get her to exchange with her. And then I ain't gonna say she gonna knock her out. Kaye Scott is a strong girl. She stays in shape on the ground, but I just think that it's gonna be a hand speed difference. You know what I mean? But you never know though. You know what I mean? Like Kaye, the way that you beat Clarissa is that if you punch her between those shots, the wide hooks she be throwing, anything can happen. You know what I mean? I'm more interested to see if she beat Kaye. Do you think she gonna fight Tamm next, or you think she gonna have an excuse not to fight?
You know, we're gonna see. I think Clarissa realizes with the Kaye Scott fight, a lot of people aren't excited about it. They're not thrilled about it. You know, with me, I put respect on the name because she was coming all the way down to 160. I mean, I know that's hard, especially her. I think she was coming down from 200. She said 30. Once she said 20 pounds, then she said 30 pounds. We might as well go 40 pounds. But if she doesn't come in the ring at 160, I mean, the respect I have for her as a fighter. See, I can separate the personal crap, but as a fighter, if she don't come in at 160, it's hard to put in. I mean, she's just accepted being unprofessional, personally and professionally. You know what I'm saying? And so, and that'll be wrong if she comes in over 160, especially if Kaye Scott, killed herself to get down to 160. You know what I'm saying? And so that means, of course, they have an advantage.
I feel like we ain't gonna really know, because even if she don't make weight, they not gonna really let us know, because it's her promotion. It's all Shalita. It's her event. So, because sometimes they do the morning weigh-ins and then they do the media weigh-ins. So we may not even know if she really made weight or not. They'll say she made it, but realistically, we may not even know. She may really weigh in at like 168, like you said before. She may come in like at 168 secretly. You know what I mean? Because I do think she was about 200 pounds coming into this fight, because she started training mad early. She started training like probably anywhere between April and May to try to get that weight off. I don't know if she really got it off or not, because she has a eating problem. Like, she's not disciplined with her diet. So I don't know. But I will say this to like the people, like the lady who called there earlier. At the end of the day, if Clarissa goes in there and knock Kaye Scott out, that's her job. It's a fight. Once you sign your name on that paper, right or wrong, fair or not, it's a fight. Like, what is she supposed to take it easy on her? You know what I mean? It's a boxing match at the end of the day. So if Kaye Scott don't want to fight, she should never sign the papers. Or if people worried about it, you feel me? It's boxing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I thought Tim Tszyu was going to knock Earl out. Earl held his own for 12 rounds, or 10 rounds, however long it lasted, I forget. But it's a fight, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Tim Tszyu eased up on Earl Spence, and I'm glad he did, man. He knew he was going to win. No need to do Earl Spence like that. Earl Spence was a beast. You know what I'm saying? When he was doing his thing. So I like how Tim Tszyu handled it.
I do think he eased up on Earl. But hey, look at history so far. The Aussies, they've been winning. I think one heavyweight Aussie got the knockout.
Tara Moana. I've been talking about it. The Australians can fight. You got Apataya, Tim Tszyu, Tara Moana. You know what I'm saying? Liam Paro. Them Aussies getting busy. So that's why I said Kaye Scott ain't gonna come over here and just roll over when she get hit. She gonna fight. And if she get out them first 3 rounds, I think it gets really competitive. Because I think Clarissa gonna tire. She just doesn't look to be in tip-top condition, man. You know, I'm just looking at her, and I'm like, damn, normally Gwoat, even when she's hitting mitts and doing certain things, she just looks like she's better conditioned. But hey, we'll find out. But after the first 3 rounds, I think Kaye Scott has a chance. The first 3, I think, are the most dangerous for Kaye Scott.
I definitely don't think she's in the best condition. I definitely think Kaye Scott needs to survive the first 3 rounds, 4 rounds, like you said, because I think Clarissa going to come out swinging big shots, because Clarissa definitely wants to knock her out. And I think that this is the perfect opponent, quote unquote, on paper for her to do that to. Because she's older, slower, or whatever. But I think if Kaye Scott can get past the first 3 or 4 rounds, then I think that conditioning and all those bad habits Clarissa got, not being in shape, not being disciplined, drinking, or whatever the case may be, I think all that may come to her. Another thing is, though, I would want Kaye Scott, if you're going to be in the exchanges with her, go to the body. I haven't really seen nobody go to Clarissa's body. I've seen some boxing analysts say, like, yo, Clarissa has great conditioning, but it's like nobody really works her. You got to go to the body. It's not like you don't never want to exchange headshots with a girl like that, because she's a headhunter herself and she has blazing hand speed. Yeah. But you need to go to her body.
But to go to the body on someone like Clarissa, any of these fighters with that hand speed, there's a lot of risk involved. Clarissa's got short arms. So you go to her body with your long arms, Clarissa gonna hit you 5-6 times. She's a combination puncher. And to get into unnecessary exchanges with someone like Clarissa, that's problematic for anybody. And you can't be in front of Clarissa.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course. But I also feel like it's the way you still gotta do it though. I feel like when I look at the two, right? Like Clarissa looked thick, but Kaye looked strong. Like she looked muscle. I think Kaye is gonna be the stronger fighter. Not the harder hitter, whatever, because she has neither one of them got punching power per se. Right. But both of them are strong. Like Clarissa is strongest when she's at the higher weights, but I think Kaye is going to be stronger because Clarissa is draining herself back down.
I agree with that. I was just about to say I agree with that. You said what I was going to say. That 40-pound weight cut, it affects your strength, it affects your ability to recover, and it affects your punch resistance. That's why I keep saying after 3 rounds, the talent gap closes, and if Kaye Scott is in the condition she needs to be, especially to work that jab, move around the ring, Clarissa doesn't cut the ring off well. She'll chase after her, and she'll use up valuable energy. Next thing you know, Kaye Scott is in the house, and we're going to be like, holy shit. You mean to tell me Kaye Scott won a round? Now we're going to round 5 and 6? That these rounds are like splitting hairs? Who would have ever thought that? So they got to make the referee do his job, and the judges going to have the judges may have a difficult time scoring the fight if Kaye Scott is winning rounds. You know what I'm saying?
If it go to the judges, because peep this though, huh? Your subscribers may be shocked if it happens what I'm about to say, but peep this: if it go to the judges, if Clarissa starts to get tired out and Kaye start walking her down and start tagging her, she can get a late stoppage. Don't be surprised, but I'm not picking Kaye to win by no means.
I know we just having conversations. That's what we do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you and I both believe Clarissa's supposed to win and she should win. But we know when they develop that dead leg in that ring, it don't matter how great you are. When you're tired, your mind is telling you to do one thing, your body telling you to do something else. And the lesser talented fighter is all of a sudden back in the fight and you in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely, because it's like you said, your mind is telling you to fight, but your body is like, I ain't got it no more. And then it's like she's already flat-footed as it is. Like when I look at her right now, and I know a lot of people get mad, because I called him before and I said it. But I look at Clarissa, I'm like, when I'm looking at her hit the pads, she has no head movement, and she stays right there. Like, she'll throw a combination, but she stays right there. She doesn't really get her head off the line. She doesn't really turn. Like, her feet, she's real low bottom heavy, like real flat footed. So I'm just like, you gotta kind of do like, it's a fight I'm thinking of. Danny Garcia, right? Remember when Danny Garcia fought Amir Khan? Now, Amir Khan and Clarissa Shields can be very comparable. Why? Because both of them blazing hand speed, but their feet don't go nowhere. That's why Amir Khan always got knocked out. He'll get off 10 punches, but his head and chin be right there. And
Right.
Danny threw that left hook.
Timing. It's just timing. That's the other thing we talked about Kaye Scott. She got to work on composure, that jab and timing. Composure, jab, and timing. And then we got something. But I just don't know. You're talking about championship level experience, amateur pedigree, everything Clarissa has. Kaye Scott has some, but she ain't on the level of Clarissa. But the best fighter doesn't win is the fighter who boxes the best of that night. And we got to wait and see who it is.
Hey, man, sometimes it's about landing that lucky shot sometimes in boxing, man. Like, you can, like Deontay Wilder made a career out of that, right? We seen Deontay get outboxed a lot, and he got that equalizer. You know what I mean? And you don't gotta hit like what's my man from Rocky? You ain't gotta hit like Ivan Drago. Sometimes you just gotta get hit that kill switch and find that right button on that chin. And it's not really about people who never box before don't understand. Like, we and you understand, but it's like it's not about how hard you hit. Sometimes it's about the technique. It's about the accuracy, the placement of the punch.
Right.
Like you turn that shot over, you land it on the right shot, on the right spot. You put somebody out. You don't gotta hit hard to do that.
Yep, I agree with you, man.
So it's like, I think it's going back. But to be honest with you, I wasn't a big fan of the fight, and I'm still not. But I do think that this fight probably has potential to be a better fight than expected. Mainly because I think it's more so Kaye been focused. She ain't been doing no interviews.
I'm gonna take some more calls, but go ahead and wrap up.
All right, I'm gonna say this last thing. Kaye been focused. She ain't been doing no interviews, and I do think she's fueled by the disrespect that probably I've been giving her. But I think she's fueled by the people not giving her no chance.
Right. Well, we're gonna find out this weekend. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, definitely, man, definitely. But you have a good night, though, man.
All right, you too. Be easy, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yo, Dre.
Yeah, man, what's going on?
What's up with you? The phone is hot, but you know I got to take your call.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, I'm glad. Listen, the last male caller, right? He was correct on two things, right? You got to get to the body, and Clarissa stays still. She doesn't move her feet. Now, with the body, right, I don't think you can get close and hit with the body that way. But, like, you know, we talk about her jab, Kaye Scott's jab. Go to the body with the jab. Pop, get out of there. You know, like you said, timing. So I wouldn't go back and forth with her because the hand speed is there. Even though Clarissa doesn't have the power, but she has the hand speed, so she'll get off 3 or 4 punches before Kaye Scott get off 2 or even 1. So if she comes in and jab to the head, jab to the body, and get out of there, right, and then maybe counter, because what I noticed too a lot of times with Clarissa is she drops her hand sometimes. She starts swinging wild. Mm-hmm. So you can, like you said before, if you can time it and you can get it with a left hook, then that can change the whole landscape. But it's the same thing with Kaye Scott. I've seen her fight and I've seen her sparring. She drops that right hand a little bit too. So that's not a good thing if Clarissa comes with a left hook as well. But Layla was correct, and I noticed that with Clarissa is she don't move her feet. She just come like flat footed, and just start throwing blows. And she got the hand speed, but a lot of people don't realize Mike Tyson, when he fought, he got you out because he had strong legs. He could punch, but he get in that crouch and then he uppercut or explode out with a hook. That power is coming from his legs. And Clarissa, she don't throw her punches with her legs. She don't rotate her hips. She don't pivot. None of that. She just all arm, right? Getting points like the Olympic style boxing. But and another thing too, you was talking the other day about the the 360 deal, right? So if Carissa was so smart, she always says she's so smart. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. I went to school, this, that, and the third. Why she didn't know about the 360 deal? Why she didn't do her research on the 360 deal? I wouldn't have signed. A lot of artists, they started signing those deals. They started making sure that they can own their rights on everything instead of signing a 360 deal, because then you're a slave to the industry and you're going to be working forever. So a lot of these entertainers, they got away from those 360 deals. So this Carissa so smart. Why did she do that? And that's why she goes so hard on social media, because she needs that money.
Well, I'll say this.
Like everybody's saying.
I'll say this. I had one of my good friends call in, and he said he's convinced it's a 360 deal. Other people have been saying that. With me, I've heard people call into the show, but I'm like, I haven't seen the contract. But it did kind of motivate me. So let me go and look at what's a 360 deal, what's a traditional boxing contract. And I don't know what kind of deal she's in, but after I did the video today, we look at it. It does seem like she has a traditional contract with Demetrius Salita and a 360 deal with Papoose and Win Records. But, I haven't seen the contracts. We just have conversations, but it does seem that way.
Right.
And if that's the case, it does make us wonder. So why would you get yourself in that? You know what I'm saying? But she would never, unveil to us what all the wording is on the contract. But I'm curious. I ain't gonna lie. I would like to know if they get a piece of everything. That would suck. Unless they're bringing her huge opportunities, huge money-making opportunities she could have never created on her own. If she's doing things that she doesn't need them and they still get a piece of that money, that's where it sucks for her. But if they're bringing her big deals, well, then it's almost like a finder's fee. Give them their 1.5 or whatever they're taking, and cool. But if not, that's where it becomes a problem.
Right. And then the stadium, right? The seating for State Farm Arena.
Thank you, Blue Jay, for the 888. I appreciate you.
But you gotta enlarge it and get inside of the blue, and you'll see it's like spot. It's like so many empty seats. It'll turn blue when you got 5 or 6 seats taken or whatever. But it's not the whole thing that's taken. You know what I'm saying? It's not that whole row or the whole area. So you have to open it up, spread it out, and then you'll see it's so empty in there. Like, you might get some late seats coming in, she's going to give some seats away. But I'm telling you, the people in Atlanta, because you got a lot of New Yorkers in Atlanta, I know for a fact, there's a lot of New Yorkers, and they're not going. They're not going to, they're like, okay, yeah, I know it's for Zeus and everything like that. Some fights I might want to see. But they know Carissa get money off of that. So they're like, I'm not going to help her pockets. And I think that MVP, they shouldn't break that ban, because I would make her struggle. I'll make her squander. I would make her
make her sweat a little bit.
I'm sorry?
Make her sweat a little bit. Make her sweat a little bit.
Yeah, make her sweat, make her think.
Thank you, Christine, for the $9.99. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry.
She said some good boxing dialogue.
We gonna keep fighting. We gonna fight. You gonna fight Franchon for 10 times? 5 more times you gonna fight her, and then she's scared to fight down in Costa Rica.
Hannah Gabriels.
To fight her.
Hannah Gabriels.
Hannah. Yeah, she's afraid to fight. What's the 40-year-old kickboxer?
Oh, Cyborg.
I forget her name.
Cyborg.
Yeah. So she afraid to fight them because they know she knows they got power. She knows they got power. And any type of threat to her, she don't want that. She wants an easy fight. She's handpicking these fights. But again, Kaye Scott has a chance. She has a boxer's chance, a lucky punch. Like the last call said, you can get a lucky punch, and then that can change the landscape. If she can get on that chin one time, because she hold her chin up too high sometimes when she throwing these blows, she's like, I'm coming at you. But they can hit her with an uppercut, with Hannah Gabriel did. And it could be a game changer. Make her open her eyes. But that's all I got, man. I'm gonna get back in the chat. I'm back out here in the sand, man. So
keep cool out there. Keep cool out there in India, man. Here. Keep cool in India.
Yeah, it's monsoon season now, so it's 80 degrees. It was cold. I'm like, thank you. It's nice weather.
Right.
I got another 2 months of that, and then it gets 110 degrees.
Right.
But I'm gonna get back in the bushes. I'm gonna be listening to you while I'm doing my thing at work.
All right,
I'll
man.
talk to you later, man.
All right, Dre, later. All right, that's my boy Dre right there. He in India, man. He coaches basketball out there in India. They're a professional team. So he got his shit together. Let me see this person here, call him back. If not, I'll move on. You know what I'm saying? Let me try. I'm gonna try him one more time because they called about 6 times. Let me see if it goes through. If not, I'm gonna move on to the next call. But yeah, I wonder after this weekend if Clarissa actually wins the fight. I wonder who she's gonna fight next. And I'll tell you what, it won't be the end for Kaye Scott. If Kaye Scott loses, it's not the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? Kaye Scott will be just fine. If Clarissa loses, that's where you have some problems. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me call this one back. Moving down the line, lining them off, man, lining them off. And I appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. Remember, we have conversations here. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to agree. We just having conversations. So call in if you have an opinion. How you doing?
Fine. How are you, sir?
I'm good. What you got?
I just wanted to say one thing. Let me put my television down. I'm a older young lady, and I just wanted to say, given all the promotions that she's trying to bring all these people here in town for the fight, I'm seeing where how much is the pay for Floyd Mayweather? Like $100,000 for an appearance. You got the other young man, Gates,
Kevin Gates,
and all
Kevin
of these other people coming over and over. And she's way beyond her spending budget to me. And I just wanted to vent my opinion about it. I appreciate that you called me back, and she's to a point that I used to say, well, this and that about her, but now you just really have to pray because that downfall is really going to be hard for her. And being a Christian, you got to pray for her because she's in a bad space. Saying, I remember she made a statement about she is like what the devil has said, seeking, killing, and destroying. And that's something that the devil says is in the Bible. So I just wanted to put that on a couple of people's minds that are in agreement with this. Let's pray for her. Because I watch it all the time, what she's doing every day, and she's almost to a point of no return. That's it. God bless you, Hood.
Okay, you take care. Thank you for taking the call.
God bless you and peace.
All right. Okay, get the next one here as we move down the line. Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, all these appearances, Mayweather, Kevin Gates, people calling in on behalf of the Gwoat, trying to promote the fight and get people to come out. I don't know what connections that, they have over there. But I was surprised to see so many different people coming out, you know what I'm saying, and speaking out on her behalf. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, where'd that come from? But let me see if they take this call. If not, I'm gonna call the other person. But there is somebody who posted something and said they know people are getting paid. Now, this is the internet. But I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna say the name of the person who was saying this because everybody knows who this is. If you've seen it, you've seen it. If you didn't, then it is what it is. I'm not gonna put them out there like that. But there is somebody out here who, people know who it is. They came out here and said that they know people are getting paid.
My guy, let me put you on pause.
All right.
I've been waiting for you to call me back.
What's going on with you?
Hey, everything by the grace of the living one. Now, you know I'm from Atlanta, the real Atlanta.
Yeah.
Clarissa Shields is not from Atlanta and she do not live out here. She live in Decatur, Georgia, okay?
Oh,
We don't
okay.
know her in zone 1. We don't know her in zone 3. We don't know her in zone 4. We don't know her in zone 6. So that's my ATL inside that's just speaking.
Right.
Georgia is not a boxing state. We are diehard football, basketball, baseball. Yes, they paying for these artists to come out. Lotto is not from Atlanta. Kevin Gates' monkey ass is not from Atlanta. Excuse my language. Floyd is not from Atlanta. We are locked in on the sports that we've been doing for years, for decades. This is what I want people to peep. Salida Promotions has been in this boxing game for how long now?
I think it's been promoted for like 12 plus years.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I think it's been promoted for like 12 plus years, something like that.
Yeah, so the fact that they allowed their biggest fish to book the State Farm Arena in Atlanta in a non-boxing state, do you not think maybe Salida is protecting his asset to go ahead and wean her out of that contract because she's so controversial, she's hard-headed? Just keep it a bean for the Christians, for the people that believe in spirituality. She has a reprobate mind. It is what it is. She's coming to Atlanta and she's going to find out how we are. See, they think we slow down. You thought, oh, you quote-unquote famous. Famous people we see every day. We breed them. Little baby from Zone 4. I know him. Like, so that's nothing to us. At the end of the day, what people fail to realize about life in this creation, they always talk about the snake. You got to be more clever than the snake. Well, they forget about the other creepy crawly things. They forget about the roaches. They forget about the spiders. They forget about the ants. It's summertime. The ants have been grinding, getting ready for the winter. See, Clarissa is like a mantis, the female one that turns into sexual cannibalism. So she has already spun her own web, and she's gonna have to go to course. She's gonna find out here in Atlanta how much we don't rock with boxing, so to say. You can pay how many people you want. It ain't gonna be no more than 7,500 folks in that place, and that's the bond word. That's all I got to say.
So let me ask you a question before you up and away on me. You know what I'm saying? So what's the vibe? What's the pulse out there? Because she's acting like it's going to be sold out, but I mean, the people out there who are talking saying they ain't going to support it, and if not, why? Is it because of how she disrespected Miss Shanika?
Nah, man. I mean, I'm be honest with you. People I know, we don't listen to the radio. I mean, Miss
Okay.
Shanika, you know, she is a radio host that we've known her for years on the radio, but like, we're not rocking with boxing. She's not Tank. Floyd is not fighting out here. Like, her celebrity is not big enough to make non-boxing fans come and support like that. And it's funny. I'm happy you said something. You know that they've been playing in our face.
Who?
Clarissa, Zeus, and what's that man name? Plumber, whatever.
Lemmy?
The CEO.
Yeah.
Go look on his Instagram right now. The bond word, I ain't seen no promotion from them. Did they play in our face to try to get people to buy them tickets?
Well, it looks like Teshki is actually training, so it looks like she's going to be out there. So I don't know. It does look like they're still going to be there, but the promotion has died down. You know,
like their promotion, and then they have a whole nother undercard. The undercard, you got actual boxers. You got
right.
Perkins versus Olivia Curry. Some other names like, okay, but I don't see the mixing with the baddies. Like it's something amiss. And my thing is this: you came to a city where you thought the camaraderie of Black people. Yeah, we spend money, but we spend money for the things that's embedded in us. This is the South. You understand? We are. How can I say it? We have our way of moving, thinking, and support. So she underestimated her celebrity and using things that people can actually go stream. They can go look at that. If they subscribe to Zeus, folks sit and watch Zeus whenever they come out with their baddies bull jive every Sunday. Who's really going to actually get up and go? You may get about 2,000, 3,000. Then the celebrities. Lotto ain't from Atlanta. She from Riverdale. That's Clayton County. That's not Fulton County. That's not Zone 1. That's not zone 3. That's not zone 4. We don't claim zone 2. That's that Buckhead, all that mid-time boys out there. That ain't our shit. That's not zone 6, East Atlanta. That ain't East Point. College Park, she may have some of her hands in that city, but nonetheless, when it comes to the city of Atlanta and the zones, we don't know her. She live in Decatur.
So although she may be in a neighboring city, if you're from Atlanta, people feel like if you're not from there, you shouldn't be claiming it. So you're saying these people, okay, I get it.
And then what have you done in the city that we don't know her? Do she come and shop with us? Do she come and spend money with the businesses in Atlanta, in the city? Don't wait to promote some stuff like we slow. We go and support the things that we support. We're football, basketball, baseball, state, and city. So the fact that Salida Promotions, being a veteran in this, will allow her to come and rent out. So it makes you wonder, is she paying for all of this? Or with this so-called with this 360 deal, and then you have the deal with Salida Promotions, somebody is fronting some money, and if it falls through, they're looking at her.
Yeah, sounds like she has a lot on the shoulders, man.
She does, and she having sex. That's why she don't look like she fit. She keep telling on herself. She hunching. You can see it all on her. That man filling her up with whatever he wants to, because behind the scenes, people are talking. That's what it looks like. I'm just, I'm observing. I'm just sitting back watching everybody, watching the play. Oh yeah, it's some backdoor stuff going on. Papoose trying to get his hands in the box and it look like he's wiggling on it. What he need her for?
So the word on the street is they out there still, being intimate, even though she has a fight coming up.
This is my observation.
Oh, your observation as a woman. Okay.
She's still hunching.
Okay.
And she's bold about it too.
Damn, that is crazy.
Because as a woman, and I can't say she's a lady, but as a woman, it's some things that don't need to be disclosed.
Yeah, see, that's why when y'all talk, the ladies talk, I shut up. Because I was just looking at her training and, I didn't even think about none of that. I just made the assumption that during training camp, hey, 6 weeks out, she abstains from doing anything. So you as a woman to say, nah, you're looking and seeing how she looks like she's still out there being intimate. It's something you seen as a woman.
And she said it. I watched her fight hype interview. Shawty said, Lil' Mama said, I done got smaller, my legs, but my legs still powerful. I still got butt turned around. But Pat can pick me up. So I'm talking, you doing too much.
What?
I went on Cam Newton and said, all y'all do is lay up in the bed when you're not in training. You're too focused on SCX. You get my drill? For her not to be. The conversation is too clear. So you're leading with it because that's how you led to get the man. Because all you got really is some skills in boxing and your kitty cat. And guess what, boo? A nut is a nut. For a man, excuse my language.
Yeah, but damn, I didn't catch that part where she said something about Pat picking up. Maybe she was just talking like, hey, I'm so small, he could pick me up and we can, rub a duck.
What she alluding to, though? Because every time she brings him up, as of these recent interviews, it has something to do with sex. So what am I doing?
Yeah, she's...
Y'all don't talk about nothing. He ain't gave you no guidance. He ain't gave you no guidance. He ain't take you under his wing and really teach you something. But that's what she asked for. Because when you go after something that and this my thing, people underestimate her scheminess. So they're going to underestimate her. You know how to go after a man. You know how to gap up in them legs. You know how to do stuff in the bedroom. So guess what? You're not that slow. You just have a speech impediment. You may not know how to articulate yourself, but you ain't no damn fool. But you about to be a fool because of the things you did. You touched a boundary that you should have never touched. And that's just law.
That's interesting, man. Yeah. But it is true, she talks about a lot. I try to pick out the boxing and see what's going on, and I listen to the lives, and everybody has an opinion about her. But the one thing that she talks a lot about, well, I just never understood why she went that route and still goes that route, is this thing about being intimate. Like, most women I know, they ain't out there talking openly about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But maybe she's
Because you
trying
know
to.
what? She, not to cut you off, I keep it a bean. I'm going to just tell the truth. I mean, I'm 33. I've been young and dumb, but she's 2 years younger than me. But I had a stand in my life where I thought being abstinent was cool before I understood the actual value of it. But I broke my abstinence. I thought my coochie was gonna change the nigga. I'm just gonna keep it a bean. I thought I could put it on him so much that he's gonna be the man that I want him to be, and that's just not the truth. And I had somebody older than me, a woman, tell me, "Oh, you thought your coochie was gonna be good enough to change it." I couldn't receive it then. But after I going through that cycle of falling and getting back up and finding my value, especially in my 20s, my early 20s, that I was able to avoid certain things. For Clarissa, I hate to say it, and this may sound like a cliche or a double entendre, but the thing is, he's making her come very well. And when you get in nuts you ain't never had before, your mind tripping. It's the illusion. They are doing some sinister whatever. The fact they're together, so with that, and that's the focal point. All he's probably telling her, you know, you got some good pussy, girl. That's all he tell her, because she can't articulate herself. It's not that she's slow. She has a speech impediment. So when you have a speech impediment, and if you don't practice reading, especially reading out loud, you're gonna stick to the same cadence, the same mentality. And that's what it is.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you, man, calling in, man.
Yes.
Great
I hope it
conversation.
get better. Try some time.
Yeah, I am, man. I'm in the damn boxing gym, man. I'm always in the boxing gym, but I don't know. I went in there when it ain't something got up in my ass, man. So I need to flush it out for real. I was feeling
Yeah.
earlier today. I was feeling worse, but I'm getting a little bit better. But I don't like being all congested and all that, man. But you know, I enjoy doing the lives. I enjoy it as much as you all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we enjoy it. We rock with you. And you know what? Let me say something, because like I said, I sit in the cut. And when you catch your break with getting a lot of the upcoming talents, Shadae Green, Honey Gabriels,
Yeah.
even Clarissa Shields, that night she called in with the bull jive,
Yeah.
Layla Ali, and you got a lot of haters. At the end of the day, when you have a light, you just gotta let it shine. You can't worry about if it's gonna irritate this person darkness. You gotta keep stepping on these people. You're doing something that really is still giving a warning out to this reprobate mind we call Clarissa Shields. But hey, there's always a warning before destruction. She done came to the A, the real Atlanta. She came to zone 1. She gonna find out how we is down here. Y'all have a good night.
All right, you too. All right,
Yeah.
bye. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Hood, what's up?
How you doing, champ?
I'm doing good. First time coming on call.
Okay. What you
Watch
got?
the show all the time.
All right, sir. Good. I'm glad to have you on tonight.
So, I got a question.
Sure.
What would happen if that fight does not sell out? Could Kay Scott, I'm sorry, if Coretta, if she does not make weight, I know that they can pay her to, but what will happen?
It depends, man. You know, on how much she comes in over. They're supposed to fight at 160. I would assume that the commission probably has some kind of rule. If she's over a certain amount, the fight can't happen, even if Kaye Scott wants to go forward, because now you got a liability issue, a safety risk issue. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think will happen. But if, let's say Clarissa comes in at 164, 163, their provisions may allow that, and they just have to renegotiate the weight. And of course, Kaye Scott gets a percentage of Clarissa Shields' purse, and the fight goes forward. But if she comes in very heavy, I don't see that fight going forward, because it creates a bit of a safety issue. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Clarissa,
Sorry to cut you.
yeah, but if Clarissa doesn't, if she comes and say like 169, and K Scott seemed like, nah, we're not fighting her. I don't know how the contract's written, but I would think K Scott would still get paid, and Clarissa would. They would have to just figure it out on their end. But you can't jerk K Scott because Clarissa didn't maintain her professionalism and make the weight.
Yeah, because she briefed the contract agreement.
That's right. Yeah.
So therefore, then she could also turn around if she comes in like more, like say 170, because she still looks like 200 pounds.
She looks pretty thick.
She was like when you were showing her hitting the bag, she was slow, very slow, and her back looks really like big, wide.
Yeah. She looks muscular. She looks strong. She doesn't have the streamlined physique I was expecting to see. I don't know. We're gonna find out about the weight. She may shock us in the day of the weigh, and I don't know what she's gonna wear, but if she wears something a bit revealing, then we can see if it's muscle there or if she kind of still really soft. But in the spandex and everything, she still looks a little bit soft, man.
Yeah, she looks really. She looks slow, and if Kate can come in and, like you said, get past the 3 rounds, get past that 3 round by staying out, jabbing, just keeping her jab out there, because she's gonna be swinging wild and keep swinging to knock her out. But if she stayed back and just stay in the pocket and keep herself paced, head bobbing, moving, and everything,
right,
tiring her out, Clarissa going to have some problem in the round 4 and 5.
No, I agree with you.
She would have some problems down the line with those rounds because she looks very slow. And all Kate have to do, another thing Kate can do, take her off her game is, Clarissa hates when people like holding her, hugging her, slowing her down, putting their weight on top of her. If she can do that, take her off her game plan, guess what? There's a new girl in town.
Yeah, Kay Scott has if she gets beyond the 3rd round and they start fighting, there may be times where she gotta make it physical. You know what I mean? But I'm just telling you, Clarissa can fight on the inside, she can fight on the outside, but I'm making an assumption Clarissa's gonna have some conditioning problems, you know what I mean, because of losing all the weight. And she just doesn't look in the best shape. I've seen Clarissa look in peak condition. She doesn't look like that right now. She looks bloated. Look, when we talking all the just having the conversation and all the other little crap, then I have fun with that. But we're talking boxing. No, everyone knows Hood Champion. I'm fair as hell to her when it comes to the boxing. I'm looking and I'm like, damn, Big Gwoat. She pulling the Oscar De La Hoya against Felix Sturm right now. You know what I mean? She doing too much, coming in the ring, and she ain't in the best of shape. And Oscar was fighting for his life in that fight. And he really lost, but they gave him the decision. So I'm watching her, and that's what I'm seeing.
Exactly.
I'm seeing Oscar De La Hoya, Felix Sturm right here. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, because she coming in, the thing that I can't stand is the disrespect that she gives to her. Like the girl come from all the way over in Australia just to fight you for picking her. And you couldn't even give this girl no kind of respect. Like, she never even mentioned her in her promotion. Like, who are you fighting? You're fighting just yourself?
Yeah, they've totally disrespected Kay Scott, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is really, really bad. Totally bad. But I'm hearing that the seats are not selling out. They are not moving.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Somebody said that there was like 4,000 left. Somebody said that's not the case. I don't really be pulling that stuff up. People kind of fill me in, but
I pulled it up. And there's a section that they had that was like one section that is like 4,000 and 4,500 seats available. Then in the blues, and then in another section there was like about 5,000 some odd seats available. Like it's not as good as what she trying to tell people what it is. It's really bad there.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know. We're gonna find out, man. But that would be unfortunate for her.
Well, I'm going to tell you one other thing that I do believe before Friday or before this fight, something is going to happen.
What do you anticipate happening?
Something is coming. I got a feeling that something is coming. Right? Maybe midnight, or into Friday. But something is going to happen.
Between like what, with Kaye Scott and Clarissa?
No. With I think it's more of Clarissa, not Scott. Clarissa.
Okay. All right.
But something is going to happen.
Okay. Well, we're gonna find out. You know what I'm saying?
We definitely gonna find out.
Well, all right, man. I appreciate you calling in.
Okay, man. That's what I got, and I'll go back in the listening. If I have any more, I'll call back.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Hello, you there?
Yes, sir.
What's going on with you?
How you doing this evening?
I'm good. I'm glad to hear from you.
Yeah. Well, I just called in to say that I hear you talking about the ticket sales and it's not being sold out, and I just really don't see who expects it to be sold out with the way she's disrespecting the city and disrespecting the celebrities in the city. You can't just.
Can you mute your TV for me?
Yes. Yeah, so I really hope Atlanta don't show up. I really don't.
Why? What is it that Clarissa's done that makes you feel like, you know what, nobody should be supporting her?
I just feel she's too arrogant and aggressive. You know, you're just coming into the industry. You're not just coming into the industry, but you're just getting popularity, and it's really not from boxing. It's from Remy and Papoose. That's where your popularity is coming from, and you're not entering the industry like quietly or being humble. You know, I think she's on unfamiliar ground, and she already probably have psychological issues from her childhood or whatever insecurities that she have, you know, and you have to learn the industry, learn your environment before you think you could just come and kick the door in. I don't know. She just sad. I think she's a very mean, ill-spirited individual. She don't know how to talk to people, but you expect people to spend their hard-earned money to support you. Ain't no way. I hope Atlanta just teach her one good lesson and don't show up. Thank you for listening.
All right, you take care. Thank you. All right. Okay, so I didn't miss anybody's call. I called everybody back. Anybody out here feel that Clarissa's, because, you know, I'm listening to people. Anyone feel Clarissa is just misunderstood? Because, now I'm just asking a question. Don't come and shoot the sheriff and shit. Anybody feel like she just misunderstood? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to tell you this. I do think Clarissa is smarter than the average bear. I do. But to see her go this path that she's chosen to travel is very scary. Because Layla Ali, I'm telling you right now, everything Layla Ali said was spot on about the importance of your brand, the importance of your reputation, the importance of networking, to not burn bridges. And even I know that. You know what I'm saying? Just with my background, you know, you don't want to do that. all the successes that I've had, this YouTube thing, remember, I'm a retired dude. I just come out here and talk because I enjoy talking about boxing. You know what I'm saying? I do videos. Sometimes I get, 5,000, 6,000 views. Sometimes I get 100 and something views. I don't care. I like talking boxing, so I do what I like. I could care less. You know what I mean? I enjoy it. But the thing is, every success that I've had, a lot of it, I did do my research and create some opportunities, but it's from having a good team and networking and good relationships. Go ahead, caller. You there? Yeah, hello. Let's see if they come on. I'm see, man. You there? Okay. Could be a connection on their side. Let me call them back real quick. You know what I'm saying? But it's networking, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. Networking. How you treat people. All that negativity, that means nothing. That's not what it's about at all. That negativity gets you nowhere. It gets you sidelined. And that's why they hear Clarissa's asking MVP to lift the ban so she can fight Tamm. That's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here being negative like that. Nobody wants to be around a toxic person. I don't care how good you are, how talented you are, what you bring to the table. If your attitude isn't right, people get tired of you, man. You know what I'm saying? Attitude is everything. Attitude is everything. And that shit is infectious. So if you're around a bunch of people with horrible attitudes, it can rub off on you, and become toxic. People don't want to deal with that. Okay. So I'm going to sit here, and if they call back, they call back. You know what I'm saying? Let me keep the conversation going. It says, hit me. Oh, child of God, thank you so much for the $10, man. I really appreciate it, man. E-Dogs, I'm surprised you haven't called in yet. You know what I mean? Because you out here keeping everybody busy. Lady Red says she's not misunderstanding. She just hooked on the 6. Yeah, I don't understand her, man. But that's why I talk about her. She's interesting to me. But I tell you what, Layla Ali called it. She called it. And if you look at Layla Ali, she's still up in the weight. Matter of fact, look at all the females in boxing. Amanda Serrano, everybody. Even Caroline DeBoer, all of them. Alicia Baumgart, all the ladies. They didn't figure this out. Clarissa is doing the opposite of what everyone else is doing. And I'm not saying they don't, talk a little trash here and there. But she got to pay attention, man. Her shit ain't working. You know what I'm saying? Not where a 2-time gold medalist should be. And I'm going to keep saying that. Where she should have been. All right, I'll call you back. It is what it is. You know what I mean? One shot, one kill. What's the deal? Go back to my homegirl from NY. See if the call goes through now. It's something on her end. I don't know why. It's not going through, but that's her line. It ain't my line. Let me call back 804. But they're doing great, man. Clarissa, I know she had the movie and everything, but what does she have going on presently? You know what I'm saying? What's she have going on presently? All right, that's it, man. I called both of them back a couple of times. I'm going to keep the conversation flowing. What does she have going on presently? See, that's what I'm the most interested in. For real, man. It says she having Lotto to walk her out. She better be on point because listen, she can get set up. She's just dumb. Y'all think it's gonna go that far? Somebody try to set up? I hope not. Go ahead, caller. Brap, brap, brap. What's up with you, boy?
Man, I'm doing my thing in the chat.
Yeah,
listen, I'm saying, you said that the other ladies got it all figured out, right?
Yeah.
And Clarissa's doing the opposite.
Yeah.
But she's also making more money than them.
I mean, look, I hear what you're saying, man, but I mean, I just have a tough time believing any of that shit, man. I mean, come on now, E-Dogs. There's so much dishonesty and stuff going on. But I know all we can do is trust what they say. We can't verify it. But I mean, come on.
Right. But the networks is reporting this, so I mean, we got to accept it as that for argument's sake.
Right, okay.
Right? And I think all this craziness really, to me, started when she got with Pat.
Right.
And the Win Records deal.
But you come from the hip hop industry. You work for all hip hop. How does that shit end up happening where they can take somebody and just take them down this ruinous path? In my opinion, instead of taking them the direction where most of us think she should have been, up and away towards doing things like getting up in the tree, getting that sweet fruit instead of getting that low hanging young fruit. How does that happen, man? Because I think they should have taken a different direction, man.
I mean, yes, I can't, but right now the direction she's in is working, so it had to be the right thing. And remember, it's just like a reputation. A good reputation, it's going to travel, but it travels slow. A bad reputation going to travel further and faster. And this stuff right here is making her relevant. Like, look at Little Kim. She had the sex rap. Sex sells. This is, the Israelis is in charge of all of this stuff. So this is what they do to the civilizations. But, it's making money.
But, but I'm going to let you cook, right? But they got the attention. Most athletes dream to have the kind of attention that Clarissa has. But I don't think they know what to do with it.
Exactly. And the thing is, when you got a product to sell, there's no such thing as bad press. She's got people focusing. They're not even focusing on the product. But now it is because Kaye Scott's a threat. She's coming down the weight limit. She could, and you made a good point, man. A wrong weight cut could do you in.
Yeah.
So she's fighting a threat, and a threat that has a whole country behind them. Australia, Jeff Finich and all that, Jeff Horn, and
yep.
whatever. I would say Finich more than Jeff Horn.
Right.
But so she's fighting people that have a whole background, and the haters, if they're gonna come and pay to see you fight, I mean, I'm a fan. I'm not going, but you got people that's gonna go there just to hate. That's all money. You think? Boxers can't sign 360s to box. So if she does have a 360, I think it's going to be connected to the Win Records deal. And 360s, this is how this works. They're going to get her to work, and they're going to take a cut out of it, from my understanding. So if they don't give her the work, they don't get paid.
Right. Well, they don't get paid? Okay, I think it depends on how the contract is written, the wording.
Right. But I'm just saying, most 360s, I don't know the contract.
Yeah.
But like if I find a 360, they say, hey, we're selling dishwashers. We need you to do the dishwashing commercial. Boom, they give me 10%. Oh, we got new cell phone ringtones. All right, boom, they take 10% and da-da-da-da. And the more work they get you, the more money you make.
Right. They have to market you. They got to bring you opportunities.
Right. They get a percentage of what you're making, but they're sending. It's not like they just signed a 360. She goes out and get her own deal.
Right.
And they take a cut.
But that right. No, I'm tracking. But that I'm like saying we don't know what's in the contract, but that could be how the contract is worded. That they're supposed to be working to get her opportunities, but there are instances where, just on the research I've done, I'm not saying it's the case with Clarissa, but she's out here doing her own thing, creating her own opportunities, and because of how the contract's worded, the team is doing very little. And they, but they're supposed to create opportunities for her. You're right. They're supposed to.
Right. No, and if she creates an opportunity, they get the cut too. That's only fair because look, that's like you put me on your channel, right?
Yeah.
And we da-da-da-da. Now all of a sudden I go to ESPN or whatever. I got my start because of you. And if it's in the contract, then I gotta pay you.
Yeah, that's just crazy to me. But yeah, I'm tracking with you.
But that's something we agreed to beforehand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so you gotta realize, Clarissa, she had the gold medals. How many opportunities has she had before the Win Records thing? She wasn't getting endorsements before all of that, because she changed.
But she don't.
She was all humble.
Yeah, but I'm not aware of her having any endorsements now. But when I read through that 360 deal, it made me feel like that's for someone you get who's just starting off, and you create these opportunities and you build them into a superstar. And then now they're going to making tens of millions of dollars, and now you getting 1.5% of all that. That's good money. You know what I mean? It's almost like these promoters when they first get a fighter. They lose money on them trying to build them up. Then they're hoping to cash in on the big money fight, millions of dollars. Then they basically make back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the thing is with Clarissa, now we don't know about the contract, but the 360 deals, it seems like even after she retires, if it's worded this way, because we don't know that, they can still be making money off her hand over fist with anything that she does. That's why we're out here trying to figure out, damn, did she have a lawyer review that contract? And not their lawyer. Not their lawyer.
If she didn't have a lawyer there, I'm gonna change my opinion about that. You know, I would be dumbfounded if she didn't have a lawyer there. I mean, that's, you know,
that's foul as hell.
An entertainment lawyer, I would get Master Peace. That's what I would have got.
Yeah. She should have had somebody there that not biased, someone that doesn't work with Papoose, man. That's totally separate party and work with them.
I agree. Yeah. If she didn't have a lawyer there, then I would feel like something shiesty was going on behind the scenes, because you always have a lawyer go over a contract like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. And just like if you go to, like, I was at the dentist, man, a little Indian dude in there. We always be joking and shit about curry mutton and curry goat. And anyway, he's like, yeah, I'll refer you to a friend of mine, but he had a little buddy that he knows. So if I go over by his buddy, I'm sure he already talked to this guy and said, look, I got this guy coming. I mean, I'm expecting for him to be professional, not sell no bullshit, but then you don't know what he told him. And then I go over there, and this guy may feel he has an opportunity to get a little bit extra money out of me based on what this guy already told him, or what to look for and not look for.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, that's part of, you know, our life, our struggle in America. They always going to try to take advantage of us and shut us down. But I think, like, one of the things I credit Floyd with was kind of putting the power back in the boxer's hands. You know, now she signed the deal, so that's not her situation. But the fact that she's won, how many fights she's had? She's 30 years old, and this is her first time really, like, you know, basically cracking $2 million a fight.
Well, you know, supposedly she made 1.5 before she hooked up with them, but with them, she said the most she made was 3 point something, which I mean, hey, I just find it hard to believe the way she said it. If you, hey, yo, E-Dogs, I'll tell you what, I've made money, I've lost money, right? But I can tell you right now, you got to excuse me, I got a cold and shit. Yo, I can tell you exactly the most money I ever made. And I can tell you exactly the most money I lost. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you, I know that shit. That's like, if you lose your virginity, E-Dogs, I can tell you where I was at exactly. She didn't know when she lost her virginity. So there's certain things you're going to know. Like, how about this? I remember where I was at when I found out when we heard Magic Johnson had AIDS. I remember where I was at, what I was doing.
I remember when Mike Tyson got knocked out and Mandela got out the same day.
Yeah, I remember that. I know where I was at. People were crying. People were crying over that.
I know I was at too.
So when I hear Clarissa say certain things about some 1 point something, 3 point something, I think I was 17 and 18. It's like, get out of here with that. There's certain things you don't forget. You know. Especially if you got paid 3 point something million, you're gonna know what it was. I would know that shit down to the cent.
Yeah, but now here's the thing. I don't know this, right? But we all know it's easier to convince somebody that they're smarter than you than for you to convince them that you're smarter than them. Now, if I was Clarissa, I would put this whole big act on, and like if I was cut weight, I would cut with like Maggie Shields. I wouldn't just cut it. You know what I'm saying? I would get professional help specifically for cutting weight. And this could be a distraction. You like the art of war. Smart, play stupid.
Right.
When you stupid, play smart. When you weak, play strong. So, I mean, this could be that, but it's good press because everybody's talking about it. Look at the callers. Oh, I hate her. People tune in just to hate on her. And, I mean, that's good publicity. When you think about it in a money sense, your career. You know, as opposed to, when was the last time somebody made a video about King Scott before this fight? or Alicia Baumgartner. I mean, I'm not saying they was on her a little bit,
Right.
but I mean, when she got smacked, that was the biggest news.
True. The whole world is still talking about it.
You name her last 3 opponents, but you name who smacked her in the mouth.
Right. You think Clarissa has figured out a way to turn the attention into currency? Because I don't think so.
Pat did.
But how? Where's the currency?
Pat knows how the rap industry works, and how. Remember I sent you that rap song with Onyx?
Yeah.
And how they all fake. You know what I'm saying? And it's all these personas and these certain images, and you know, even Redman exposed it when he did the Crips. Remember they was like,
Yeah. He was living bad.
I can't do that, and then come back to the hood. You know, people be like, what happened to your house? So he kept it a buck, and he did it at his house, his real house with the torn screen.
Yeah, I remember that. That shit was crazy. I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? So we know a lot of this stuff that goes on in the industry is fake. Hollywood, Diddy parties, and Clarissa kind of reminds me a little bit of Bernard Hopkins.
Why you say that?
Because like she gonna do it her way. They not gonna give it to her no matter what. And they haven't. That's why I'm saying that. Because she hasn't gotten it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like De La Hoya won 1 gold medal. He came out with a record high deal.
He signed for $1 million. $1 million.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? For his first fight.
Yeah.
So I don't know anybody who ever did that. I don't know about Lomachenko, but not many people do that. She's won 2 gold medals. But what does she come out to?
Fried rice and chicken wings, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. New Edition. They got up to 12 bus and dropped them off in the projects.
Right.
So,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So now if she's getting the social media money, I don't know, line of clothes, whatever it is. She wasn't getting any of that beforehand. It reminded me of the Pooh Shiesty. You follow the Pooh Shiesty thing?
Nah, not really. I know the name, but I ain't follow it.
Well, he got into a thing with Gucci Mane robbed him.
Yeah. Okay, I know about that.
Right, but the thing is, I'm like, yo, you signed that contract when you ain't have nothing.
Right.
Now you worth you know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta honor out your contract. That's part of your word.
So you don't. So you think that everything Clarissa and her team are saying about her and they're making all this money, she's so successful. You believe all that?
Well, you know what it is. You gotta fake it till you make it.
Yeah, well, that's what they're doing.
You gotta act like you got the money.
Okay, they're doing a damn good job of faking it. But I think most people have the opinion that they're not being truthful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, how many people? We smart, but there's a large population that's stupid. A lot of these population, you know, look at the rappers. You know, they throwing money in the air today, and then they robbing a grocery store or something tomorrow. You know, they put on. I know rappers. They put on a persona. They're not all. You know, you got some, but the ones that's true to it. That's some dudes you see in the hood today, tomorrow. They in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And they're not making that kind of money. Because once you start making that kind of money, then you're gonna get out the hood. You almost have to.
Yeah, of course. It's dangerous out there, man. So let me ask you a question. Right? Because you, Team Clarissa, Team Papoose, 100%, right? But let me ask you, would you sign a 360 deal?
It all depends. You know, like, if I was Clarissa and the 360 was for rap.
Now, she was already, I'm going to say, I don't want to call her a superstar, but I'm going to just say it. She was a superstar when Papoose met her. So it's not like they had to come and build her brand to where it's like, look, you were nobody when we met you. We built you to this. Without us, you wouldn't have been that. She was already kind of out there with her name and with her accomplishments. They didn't create that. They didn't create Clarissa Shields.
No. She was already famous. She just wasn't rich.
Well, she was making $1 million a fight, but this whole thing, they supposedly took it up a couple notches. You know what I mean? But again, that's where it's like I just find it hard to believe. You know what I'm saying? And this shit about the highest paid female boxer, we all know that shit ain't true. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Like I said, it hasn't been. This is if ESPN is reporting it. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Until somebody else pops up with the contract and be like, hey, this is what it is. She's only getting da-da-da-da. I I mean, you know, we got to go for it. Because I'm pretty sure if it wasn't, look at the, you know, the internet is undefeated. If it wasn't, somebody would have dug it up.
You know what, man? But maybe, but we can say the same thing, man. Maybe they can't find it. Maybe there's nothing out there on it because it doesn't exist. So it depends on how you want to look at it. But I do think there are some people who said, I think somebody did some video. I don't watch all that shit, but somebody supposedly said they got some information. But I don't have access to that, and I don't have time to look it up. But my thing is, she had the Layla Ali beef. Then all of a sudden, to get that attention off of her, right? They announced that because she was moving around, going to sign with MVP. All of a sudden, now they got this big announcement: $3 million signing bonus, $8 million, $2 million a fight, and this big dog and pony show. I'm like, yo, where that shit come from? You mean to tell me that these people who came out of nowhere, this Win Records, right? They all of a sudden got all this money. Oh, and we're giving her the $3 million signing bonus because when most people turn pro from the Olympics, they get $1 million, especially gold medals. She had 2, so she getting that and more. The whole story, everything about it seemed concocted. I was like, yo, I'm far from slow eat dogs like you. I was like, yo, hold on, something don't make sense here. You about to leave Demetrius Salita.
Now we're gonna flip it though, right? This is Win Records' first venture into boxing. And they're going to have a unified, 4-division champion?
Yeah, but where they get the money from?
From Win Records. That's Steve Winner or whatever. I don't know. But I'm assuming they have the money. I can't, you know.
Okay, right.
I can't count for that. I'm not anybody. But, I mean, it's a record company. Pat was dealing with them. I'm pretty sure, you know, they got the money. And it's an investment because now people know who Win Records is. So it's almost like it's advertised much. So it's kind of like a hard-to-lose situation because they're getting all kind of publicity from it. You know, and in that industry. And look at the Layla Ali. Remember when he said the thing? He was like, start a war, any war. Just make sure their celebrity is bigger than yours.
Right, and she did that. But you don't think by going at Layla Ali and mentioning her father's name that doors didn't just close, they were welded shut, and that's why Clarissa's a Noarian right now, begging MVP to make her fight one of their fighters. All these doors have closed. You know, she's burnt bridges.
I think they was already closed, number one. And number two, I don't know about necessarily begging because if the money is there, the fighter's going to be like, yo, I want to fight. I don't care about y'all having beef. I want that $1 million, that whatever that is going to be.
You don't think Clarissa not winning awards and stuff in the last couple of years has anything to do with her disrespecting Layla Ali and her attitude and everything and being the villain?
No, because they gave it to Ronda Rousey over Floyd. When was the last time Andre Ward got any recognition?
But they're not.
Might have been the best fighter in the world at the time.
Yeah, but Clarissa is supposed to be the greatest woman of all time with the 2 gold medals. I'm just saying she was winning everything. She was winning everything, and then all of a sudden, she picked a fight with the wrong one, with the last name.
I don't know because to me that's when she blew up. That's when it became. I mean,
that's when she got a lot more.
Everybody was anti-Clarissa, but it was still everybody was talking about it.
Right. Well, she got more attention, and it wasn't good attention, and they weren't able to. They haven't.
Attention.
It just doesn't seem. I don't think they've been able to convert that into currency, man. Why you think they got her fighting Kaye Scott then? If Clarissa's this badass fighter, why you think they got her fighting Kaye Scott?
Well, I think that number one, Kaye Scott is going to have to back it. The fans are going to come and see her from Australia. I think they're going to show out.
I think the Australians will show up. Yeah.
And it's going to be a draw. You know what I'm saying? If maybe if she'd have fought in Atlanta, if she'd have fought somebody from that demographic, it would probably be the same demographics that's going to support Clarissa Shields. But when you fight somebody from Australia or even Argentina would have been, you know, just as good. Or the UK, you know, it's that whole separate fan base. Yeah. So now you got both fan bases.
You know, now that we're talking, right, I still think they picked Kaye Scott because they felt that was an easy win. 160, no knockouts, had the emergency CAT scan on the skull and brain. I just think they saw it as an easy win. She signed with Demetrius Salita, in-house fight. Clarissa should win easy, get a highlight reel knockout. But I also think, now that we're talking, Alicia Baumgartner's last fight was against the Korean fighter. Alicia, I think, someone in her family, mother's side, is a Korean lineage, right? I don't think she's half and half, but I think she maybe, it doesn't matter, but she's mixed with Korean. But maybe now that you're talking, I'm like, maybe they chose to pick somebody from another country to fight to try to, I don't know, hoping they could grow the fan base and profile because Alicia did it. Maybe they want to get a knockdown because Alicia got a knockdown. Maybe they want to get a knockout because Amanda Serrano got a knockout. Maybe all these things are part of the thought process and how they went about selecting Kaye Scott. I don't know, but that's what we do.
I got an idea too, right? Kaye Scott about to retire, right?
I don't know. I think if she loses, she may call it.
Well, if she gets pummeled right now by Carissa, she's out the door. We can say, right?
I think if so, her career continues. But if Clarissa loses, her career is over.
Oh yeah. I know what I'm saying, but I think if Kaye gets pummeled, I think this is gonna be like one of her last. This like has Kaye Scott had a big payday yet?
I don't know, and I don't know what they're getting paid this fight.
Right now, check this out. Do you know why Andre Berto was Floyd's last fight?
I know Andre Berto got paid good money fighting Floyd.
Right. But you know why he got that fight?
Why?
Because that was Al Heyman's first client.
Oh, okay. I thought his first client was Vernon Forrest.
No, I think it was what's his name? And if it wasn't Berto,
I thought Berto was with Dame Dash. I thought Berto was with Rockefeller, Dame Dash, and them initially.
No. I think Berto, and see, I don't know what capacity he was with.
Maybe as an advisor or something.
Al Heyman with.
Okay.
But I think it was with Al Heyman, and that's why Heyman gave him the fight.
That
remember
makes
Mike
sense.
McCullum?
Yeah.
Right? So you remember how none of the four kings would ever fight him. And they was like, oh, Mike, we got too much respect for you. Mike's like, yo, if you got respect for me, you would give me the fight. Let me make that money. That's how we show respect. It makes sense. I mean, we're doing this not to hate each other. We're doing this to get paid. It's not the amateurs. It's a business.
Yeah. All right, man. What else you got before I take some more calls?
I'm out, man. Take that with callers, man. I'm going to get back and bang out with the hoods and the hoodettes in the chat room. Let me get a before I go.
Yeah. Papoose, pap, all day.
All right,
man. Yeah. Yeah, Vernon Forrest was Al Heyman's first guy. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, caller.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
I'm good.
I was calling in to kind of touch on not really much of what you said about the said with the previous caller. It was about the contract.
Yeah.
I think that one of the reasons Clarissa is cherry picking these fights is because she don't want to lose under this contract because she went into the deal knowing that she was helping Papoose. If you listen to when he went on to do his rant about what Remy did to him and how she started moving the marital money and all these other things, of course, him and Clarissa slipping and talking and quote unquote identifying as best friends, and he confided in her, and I believe he manipulated her and led her to believe that he was in some sort of financial hardship due to Remy doing this or that, right? So she agreed to the contract and trusted him after reading the contract and signed without a lawyer.
Thank you, All Natural, for the $10. I appreciate you too. Thank you.
Break into like this self-promoting, like a free agent almost. Him get his business off the ground, and they move forward with the contract. I don't think that she thought it would go how it's going, but I think she believes that it would be beneficial to the both of them. But she knew that she was helping him more than anything with her signing the contracts, and that's why she took him to all the meetings with the other offers to try to build up something to be more lucrative than what they was offering her at the other places she went to, before she signed.
Okay, so you said a whole lot right there. I was trying to keep up with what you were saying. So
sorry.
No, it's okay. You may just have to regurgitate that. So where's the money? So Remy gave Papoose money to start what?
No. Okay, so when Remy exposed them, Papoose went. He was like, "I don't want to do this," and he did this whole live.
Yeah. Okay, I remember that.
And he was talking about how Remy like moved marital money, like started moving money around and stuff or whatever, so he didn't have access to the money. So I'm saying, in pillow talk and him sneaking and talking to Clarissa, I believe that he was, leading her to believe that he had some level of financial hardship and he needed help. Like she felt like she was helping him get back on his feet when she agreed to do the contract with Win Records.
Okay. That would make sense. I can't remember, but I could have sworn somebody may have said something similar to that, like late last year, about the whole deal and her like trying to help him get back on his feet. I think somebody said something similar. I can't recall, but that could be exactly what happened. Just went out there and ran a little game, and she thought it was going to be a good thing maybe for him and her. And I just think she's looking long term. I think she really feels that her and Papoose are going to be together, and whatever deal they signed, and they're just going to be living in harmony. I don't know what's going to happen with those two, but I just feel there's a lot that's happened really quick with him getting his hands on her, and and I don't see anything good coming out of it long term.
Right.
But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm just talking about me from experience, having some hustle in me. And if I come and I start fast talking to somebody, it's because I'm trying to get something. And once I get it, I'm going to keep pushing and get as much as I can until finally I can breathe. You know what I'm saying? Till I can breathe. Like, all right, I got this locked down. We're good here. No, it's like I got to worry about that. I could go and look at maybe trying to get something going over here now. And that's just what it seems like to me. But hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But
Right. Well, I believe she signed for her own selfish reasons as well. She felt like if they were bond together on contract, then that means that they're going to be together. He isn't going to leave her. It's just so many different ways you could look at the situation. But I do believe that she went into the contract knowing that it wasn't the best, but both is him helping her and her. They're helping each other, scratching each other back, if you will.
Right. Right.
And that plays into why she's picking the the type of fighters that she's picking. One, she don't have to pay them a huge purse.
Yeah.
Two, she don't want to lose while under this contract, doing him a favor. It's just so much, so I do believe that she know it wasn't the best contract in the world, but she was helping him get back on his feet.
Yeah, that could be the case. 100%. Could be the case. Could be the case. And, I'm not going to say anything because I can't remember exactly what it was, but I could have sworn there was a conversation about something like this not long ago, well, about a few months ago. And I can't remember if Clarissa was saying something, if it was from the chat, but I do remember something about getting him back on his feet and the deal and Clarissa being a blessing, but I can't remember all the details.
He was saying that she saved him at like the darkest point in his life.
Right.
He loves her, and so he did say something. He didn't say, "Well, that's the contract," but in other words, in reference to that she helped him out. He said that in several interviews, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
For sure, in Vlad, he was saying how she, helped him in the darkest point in his life.
Right. And
he was losing everything, getting, put out from Remy, and she was taking care of him 100% to him, striking this deal here. But that kind of turns me off. That lets me know that Clarissa don't have no business sense, because he didn't have no business in those rooms with her. Not even outside the door, in my opinion.
Nah, not at all. I agree with that. He shouldn't have been in there negotiating nothing.
Right, and then I don't understand the logic. And okay, so you fell off of Remy's coattail and jumped on somebody else's, jumped into Clarissa's purse. Him, at his age, he's not learning from his mistakes. So it didn't work out with Remy. You go into a new relationship that's supposed to be a forever thing, and automatically
go into the background and start wanting to be in business with this person instead of going with Win Records and trying to find an artist or something. I just don't get the logic behind it. I think it's so stupid, and it shows that he's a user, a leech, a get over, everything but the right thing, you know, in my opinion.
Let me say this about Papoose being in the room, in the rooms when she was negotiating and talking to other promoters. I don't think, if it was me with her, I don't think I should have been in there either. So it ain't just because it's him. I think even for me, I don't belong in there. But I'm gonna say this, right? Somebody may say, well, nah, you know, he has a background in business. He's used to being in these meetings. He's used to talking about contracts. He's got some tacit and explicit knowledge. You know what I mean? So he's a valuable asset. Okay, I get that. But when you think about it, right? He was in all these meetings with her, and supposedly no deal was good enough for Clarissa except the deal that he was going to offer her. What you think about that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sitting here thinking right now, and I'm like, yo, nobody had a deal that was worth entertaining except for Win Records. You know what I'm saying? Like, I find that it just seems a little bit different to me. That's all. A little different.
I think it's very manipulative. I think he went into these places. He, gathered information. She told him what she liked, what she didn't like, and he made a deal of a century to her that is equivalent to let me sell you a bridge, you know?
Yeah. That's one way to look at it. Or the other way to look at it is he saw that they weren't going to look out for her, and he's looking out for her, and she got the best deal with Win Records. I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, all these different people. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's hard for me to see it as a positive as far as the move she made. It's just hard for me to see it that way. But that's just my 2 cents. You know what I mean?
Right. And allegedly she is who she always been. We're just starting to see who she actually is. The mask is off. Whoever she was with before Win Records did an amazing job hiding it from the public, because we only know hearsay. We only know what we heard she's done, how hard of a person she was behind the scenes. We don't know anything personal about her other than what we saw, which was not much before she got with Win. Now we see this monster that everybody is scared to destroy. You know? So they dropped the ball. They should have had an amazing PR team and only let her out the fight.
Right. No, I'm tracking with you, man.
Anyway. In my opinion, she destroyed any opportunity for any lucrative endorsement or sponsorship that could take her over. I mean, outside of fighting, what does she really have?
Outside of fighting, she has nothing. Nothing.
Right.
I mean, you got social media, but I mean, if the social media numbers start getting funny, I mean, you know, whatever she's making off of those platforms, you know, that can become pretty scary, especially if you're depending on that money.
Well, with social media, you hot for a minute, then something new, bright and shiny comes up, and everybody's focused on that. So this is her moment right now, and as soon as something else come out that grabs the people's attention, her numbers are going to decline drastically.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing, you know, what else can you do? A year ago this time, or a year and a half ago, everybody was focused on, what's that weirdo couple?
Krishan
and Charles.
I don't know.
And now it's Clarissa's time, and then sometime from now it's going to be somebody else with their debacle. So, I mean, it's not a promise, you know? So, I don't know what she's going to do, but I wish all of them the best of luck.
Yeah, I'm not rooting for nobody to fail, but I'm just saying, I'm looking and I'm like, I just don't see how it works out. I keep saying, name me a celebrity. Give me one celebrity moment, one celebrity incident. I mean, celebratory, one celebratory incident, one celebratory moment. If someone can give me one of those, I'd be cool. I need a celebratory moment since she hooked up with them, and not the $8 million or not the $3 million bonus, an $8 million deal, a $3 million bonus. Nah, I need a celebratory moment, and I'm just not aware of any. And if she has some, she should talk about it instead of all the bull crap.
I don't know anything. And to me, it appears when she transitioned, she had a decline. She had a decline. I don't see anything beneficial. These fights are a joke, in my opinion. I think the only one that was actual competition outside the first one was
Savannah Marshall.
Sean, and she injured her before the fight took place, and who knows what's going to happen with this upcoming fight or who the next one is, because I mean the rumors are between Price and Daniels, and somebody even mentioned Sean, so I don't even know.
Yeah, I'll say
I don't
this.
even care at this point, to be honest.
Yeah, that when she fought Savannah Marshall, that was a good scrap. That was a really good competitive scrap. I haven't really seen her in anything that competitive since. You know what I'm saying?
Quick question, I'll let you go, right? Do you think that she could, I'm not saying 100% redeem herself, but possibly get in good standing to maybe get like a lower level sponsorship or something if she fights Hannah Gabriel?
If she fought Hannah, the internet would start buzzing for real. Internet would start buzzing. But I don't think she'll ever get any big time sponsorships or endorsement deals because of one, the attitude. But even if she cleaned up her act, her relationship, the reality is brands, sponsors, they don't want to get behind somebody who's in a relationship like what she's in. She's with. I understand Pap is separated. He and Remy can do what they want. I understand, but they're still married. But when it comes to these brands and sponsors, they don't want to attach themselves with anybody with that kind of baggage. So she'll never have any big time deals or anything, no matter who she fights, unless she sorts out that relationship. But she's been so toxic. I mean, like, I'm being honest with you. We've all seen it. Like, she was out there, exposing herself on Instagram in the photos. She knew those photos, what was showing. You know what I'm saying? Ridiculous. When I first saw that, I was like, I had to look like twice. I'm like, what the? And I was like, ain't no way. And I didn't even talk about it. It wasn't until about like a week or so went by, people started mentioning it, and I was like, yeah, I saw it. But when I saw it, I never said anything. I'm like, I ain't even talking about it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, no way. No way she would do that. You know what I mean? I'm like, I guess, and I even said to myself, I guess you do give her too much credit, man. Because no one could ever make me believe that Big Gwoat would do something like that. And then
That's what I said. The previous people had a leash on her, a somewhat leash. She just unhinged now. But I feel like, I'm not saying she'll get like a huge sponsorship deal, something very low level, nothing that'll make her rich, but something, I feel like she owes that to Hannah. She destroyed that lady's career. Why not? To try to redeem yourself, at least in the public's eye.
Yeah, I do think she owes Hannah that fight because and I'm going to be fair. Everyone knows I know Hannah. I like Hannah. I could understand Clarissa and her team initially feeling like, hold on a second, the person failed this test. I understand. But once you get all the specifics and all the facts, like I had it. I read through all the mountains of paperwork. I'm like, she was cleared of any wrongdoing, you know what I'm saying? Like, why keep going with the bullshit? But she did offer the rematch. But it was the weight, it was the money, timelines, everything was in Clarissa's favor, And Hannah was just like, look, you got to make it fair. It wasn't fair. They were basically gonna just try to put the Hannah Gabriel's feather in their cap by beating her. And Hannah did the right thing by saying, look, I don't have a problem fighting her, but Lord have mercy, it's got to be fair. And for me to go up to heavyweight, ain't no way. I need time to put that weight on properly, but that's not her best weight. But now Hannah is around 160, could even make 154. So Clarissa fighting Hannah, that is a realistic fight. She just doesn't want to do it. To me, she should fight Hannah Gabriel.
It's actual competition.
To me, she should fight Hannah Gabriel's. I'd even be cool with Chris Cyborg, but definitely Tamm to Bo, the Canadian. I'm like, those three, at least that should have never happened. Difference in size. But I think she should do it. That's my opinion.
I agree with you.
Well, all right. Well, I appreciate you calling as always.
All right, you have a good night.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Go ahead, call it.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. What you got?
Well, I was looking at it today and I was tripping off of what happens if Clarissa doesn't make weight. Doesn't she forfeit the fight if she can't make weight, or does she have to be within a certain amount of pounds?
It just depends on how much she comes over. But if she's within a reasonable weight, like 3 pounds, 4 pounds, they can always renegotiate. K Scott will get a piece of Clarissa's purse. But it's really up to K Scott's team to either go for it or not. Especially if K Scott really had to kill herself to cut that last half a pound or that last 0.2 pounds or 0.05 pounds. That's the most difficult part. And if she did that and she weakened herself to make weight, and Clarissa didn't, well, now Clarissa has a serious advantage. But it's really ultimately up to the team. But if Clarissa's like 12 pounds overweight, I think the commission will kill the fight. They'd be like, ain't no way we going forward with this. No way. You know what I'm saying?
I think she was happy to get to at least 169 probably, but I mean, even like 9 pounds within overweight is too much.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That shows that she was unprofessional.
I don't think she'll make it though, because if she still hasn't made it, she only got 3 days, 2-3 days. I don't know what's gonna happen.
But I'll say this. You know, we talk about Clarissa. Clarissa's always been very professional when it comes to her boxing, making weight, and doing what she's supposed to do, coming prepared. You know, she outside of boxing, whatever when it comes to Clarissa. You know what I mean? She's just like a fart in the breeze. But when it comes to boxing, she don't mess that up. If she chooses to come in here and misses weight, that means Clarissa has totally lost it. And she needs to quit boxing. That means she doesn't care no more. Because boxing was the only thing that she had where people like me will give her a pass. You know, but like, all right, attitude-wise, I agree with everybody. But y'all talking about she can't fight, I don't agree with that. Clarissa gets busy. But if all of a sudden she ain't making weight, there's nothing good I can say about her. I'm like, nah, boxing-wise, she's trash. You know? You don't respect somebody who will try to come in with an advantage over their opponent because they intentionally don't come down to the contracted weight. That's wrong.
So, I don't know. I think she thought she could do it, but I think she was too far over her heavyweight. You know what I mean? Like when she was fighting normally at heavyweight, I think she had to clearly be over 200 pounds just by the way she was looking. But when she said, I got to 160, I made it to the 160s, I was like, okay, but you still overweight. And then you start BSing around on the internet and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. And then I think, eating fried rice still and I think she stress eats on the low, and with women, that cortisone, we don't burn cortisol as easily as you guys do. You know what I mean? And it stays in our fat fields. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that stress, how she's been on all these little talking points and stuff, and she let that stuff get to her. You know what I'm saying? And she should, because she's crazy. But that's not the point. I think it gets to her, and I think she stress eats. I think she might, I don't know. I think she's really wrapped up in Pap. I think Pap might be the main distraction from her profession, which she really knows. I hope for her sake she makes weight, because I don't really care for her, but I hope for her sake she makes weight, because I don't know. I like to see a good fight. I'm not personally, I want K Scott to maybe do an upset, but I know the woman can fight or whatever. But also the 360 deal.
I got to take some more calls, but go ahead and wrap up. Go ahead and wrap up.
Oh, just real quick. The 360 deal, when you were talking about that's exactly what we were talking about yesterday.
Yep.
And I was talking about them having to recoup that money that they gave her in the beginning. I'm seriously thinking that they had, they said Glenn Records got their money from PPP loans and stuff. I really think they was betting the bank on her, and it's not working out the way they thought it was, and everybody's going to end up getting their hands in what they can, and then it's going to disband, and she's going to be broke, they're going to be broke. It's going to be a bad situation.
Right.
I really do. But that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to ask about her making weight and what happens.
Okay, well, I appreciate you calling in.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Hope you feel better.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Let me get these last few calls and then I'm up and away. You know what I'm saying? See if they answer. I got what after this one.
Hello.
Hey, it's Hood Champion. What you got?
Hey, thanks so much for calling back. Okay, so I'm not sure. I actually just caught up on content, so I haven't been in the chat much, and I don't know if you guys discussed this, but okay, there's a few questions I have. With the culture of boxing, I noticed so I don't know the culture of boxing as much as other fans do because I'm kind of new to this. But when she was punching a bag and she was talking out loud saying that Kaye Scott was going to need a hospital bill. She's going to be in the hospital, broken rib, this, and I'm going to break her jaw here. Is that like normal?
I mean trash talk, but no, she's going above and beyond. She's going above and beyond, man. I think she's really bought into this whole being a villain, being unlikable, saying stuff to go viral. And she's thinking about clicks and views for her social media. That's what I think. She wasn't talking like that before. She's created this image and this character and she's running with it. So even I was like, what is she doing?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That made me feel weird, especially how, people criticized her about Shadeja to be talking like that. And it's like, okay, I get it. That's why I was like, is this normal? Let me not, because I could be approved. Like, I don't know
I got
if
you.
that's how they do.
Yeah.
But then I was like, wait a minute, the hospital. I'm like, this is actually real life. People risk their life when they get in the ring. Of course, you want to hurt your opponent. You want to inflict violence. It's a violent sport. But like trying to stimulate literally putting someone in the hospital, that wasn't cool, especially with Kaye having the injury she's had. I was just kind of like, this is whack. I didn't see anybody comment on the video I watched, which is a boxing channel. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm just tweaking. But that threw me off and made me feel uncomfortable. I'm like, okay, what you mean hospital bill?
Yeah, that's she's just very, insensitive and she doesn't think. She's just out here. I think her focus is social media, going viral, clicks and views. That's what I think.
I got you. Okay. So, another question I have, and this is about the business of boxing. So, correct me if I'm right. Win Records and Salida are both responsible for her promotion, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, if she has Win Records and Salida, where does she come in with Clarissa Shields promotions with her fighters? How does that work? Because they're part of Win and Salida too, and they're part of Clarissa Shields promotion?
Nah, they're just signed exclusively to Clarissa. That's it. And I think some of them also have that same deal where they're signed to Clarissa with the traditional boxing contract, but then they have the contract with Win Records, where Win Records is supposed to help, grow their brand and profile. And then, of course, Win Records will get a piece of whatever they make. But Win Records has a commitment to put huge opportunities in front of them that they can't normally create on their own. So, so the bottom line is, if Win Records isn't working for these guys and giving them opportunities, and these guys are just fighting and getting their check from boxing, and Win Records is now if they're getting a piece of that, then that's wrong. That's wrong. So I want to see how it all plays out now that I'm getting a little bit of a better understanding of the kind of contract Clarissa could be in with Win Records at 360. I want to see what big opportunities they create for right now. I'm not seeing anything except for what she be doing under a normal, a traditional boxing contract. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. I was thinking about that because I'm like, if she's with Win and Salida, and I don't feel like they do enough for her, how is she going to have fighters under her? Like, it's just kind of like they're just there, and like the last minute, they weren't even first thought. First thought was Zeus.
Right.
Can't beat. So that's kind of whack for them to be, trained boxers who have their, whole life into this. Zeus fighters haven't done that. They do it for fun. So that was kind of like, I don't know, it just feels like a slight for them. I understand they're in it now, but I would feel a little slighted with the fact that you brought me last minute.
Right.
So,
all right.
Okay, and then the last question, I know you're not feeling well, and I want you to get out soon so you can rest. the last question I have is the belts in regards to Tamm. Now, I understand there's some weird stuff going on with the ring belts, but the other belts for the actual weight class and Clarissa's belts, both at 160, that she's gonna potentially get with Kaye. How does that work? Like, I understand Jake MVP has her banned, but is it worthwhile because of the belt situation for them to go ahead and let them fight? Because she pretty much called Tamm out during her workout.
Yeah, I think that's the right fight to make. It's just people got to set their pride and ego aside, and Clarissa probably needs to issue a written apology or something, whether she means it or not. But I mean, her against Tamm, that's a big fight. That's a big fight, man. I mean, a lot of people know who Tamm is now. Her name isn't as big as Clarissa's, but I bet you in Canada, where she's from, the whole of Canada will come out to see her fight. She's a 2-time Olympian. So the Canadians know who she is. She represented the country. Other countries show love a little differently to the athletes than here in America. It is what it is. But that could be a really big opportunity. And money talks. But we just have to wait and see. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So it may not be in the best interest of BP to just continuously ice her out.
Well, I think so. They can just make an example out of her. But if there's some big money on the table, you may see them say, okay, we're going to make a kind of one-off exception and make this fight because we don't want our fighters to suffer. But I'll tell you what, if Clarissa was to fight Tamm and beat her, Clarissa would be out here still talking trash about Jake Paul, about MVP, about their fighters. She would so you got to really understand, she's unpredictable. So why you want to go into business with somebody like her who's unpredictable,
Gotcha. Okay. Well, thanks so much for answering those questions. I saw everything. I saw all the content. It was a lot of content. I saw Kaye. She didn't look too bad, so still could be hope.
Right. All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. You too. Bye. All right. Let me go to the next one here. Okay. I got to keep these short. I got to jump off in a little bit. I got to be up at 5:30 to take my son to football practice.
Hey, Hood, how you doing?
What's up? What's up? How you doing? You got a few minutes to cook, and then I got to take the last 2 calls, and then I got to jump off. What you got?
Okay, I only got a couple of minutes to cut. So I just want to say this. I want to correct the young man you were speaking to earlier in regards to Win Records. Win Records is not owned by Steve Wynn. It's an LLC, first of all. Second of all, if this girl is supposed to make all this money, these millions of dollars, why are you excited about receiving $5,000 from online just to be acting a fool and making making a fool of yourself? Third of all, anybody with money, we don't need to brag.
Right.
Right? I'm gonna just say this. That little ring she put up, you see this big ring? Listen, I have cut, clarity, and color. That's all that matters to me. Right? I hope and pray that this woman whoops her butt on Saturday again to bring her down to reality, right? Because she has gotten out of control, and there's no way that you can tell me that girl has lost 40 pounds. You can't tell me that.
It doesn't look like it.
And that's all I got to say. Bow.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. Get this next one here real quick. As we go down the line. 814. Let me see where you at. I think I got that one. Then right here. Here, let me call this one back here. As we go down the line, lining them off. California, they awake.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, Callie? I knew you'd be awake.
Oh, hey there. Yes, earlier for me than you. This is 1 o'clock where you are.
Right.
But so I was just had to rewind back to the beginning, and so somebody already brought up that Clarissa called out Tammy Tebow.
Yeah, and asking MVP to lift the band. Yeah, that's crazy.
But you know what? Now, I want to understand what Clarissa was saying when she was in the van. She was complaining that Tammy get the fight for the ring belt. Yeah. But she was undisputed at middleweight, and she didn't get it. I don't understand all of it. What is she talking about?
Well,
it looks like that's what she wants.
Yeah, well, she was saying that Tamm and Desley, that wasn't the number 1 and number 2. That's what Clarissa was trying to say. So she was saying the ring belt is normally put on the line with a number 1 and number 2 fight, and whoever wins gets the ring belt. But there are people who went and fact checked that. Tamm and Desley were the number 1 and number 2. Kaye Scott was the number 7. So that's why the ring belt was on the line. Now I'm going to make an assumption that depending on how the fight goes this weekend, that fighter who wins is going to be elevated to the number 2. And then they'll be looking to make the undisputed fight between, if it's Clarissa who wins, her against Tamm. And all the belts will be on the line, including the ring. So that's what she was saying. But they had some people go out there and fact check. And Clarissa, she at least I didn't fact check it, but people who said, no, we just looked, Clarissa was wrong. So if she was wrong, well, if she wins this weekend, then she gets an opportunity to fight for it. But now she wants to fight her. But, people right now are debating over whether MVP should even work with Clarissa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
I
don't know.
People are about big money, even though, they have an issue with Clarissa when it probably comes to money. I don't know if they might rethink it. Tamm to go against Clarissa Shields might be a big fight.
Well, they got dope, but the thing is, they're fighters. It's opportunities for the fighters. You got to do what's best for the fighters. But Clarissa has been so disrespectful and so toxic. And look, she slapped Alicia. That's a lot. That's a lot to just overlook. Now, and it's supposed to be a lawsuit, right? That's a lot to overlook just to make a fight. It's like it's a lot to overlook. Is all I'm saying. If they look past that, that could hurt their brand. It could hurt how people see MVP. People are gonna be raking Jake Paul and Nikisa across the coals. Y'all put.
She's gonna make a public apology. She has Nikisa's number, so same way she had Layla Ali number. She likes to go online and do things on the internet, but she have these people's personal numbers, and she just like to go online and say stuff to the public for the public to hear. But well, anyway, I just want to talk about that. So she called out Tammy because she want to fight for that ring belt.
Yep, I think Tamm has a chance. I ain't gonna lie.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. If Clarissa has to fight Tamm, I think she's gonna train a lot harder than she would with Kaye Scott. Because, I feel like
Tamm is a problem. Tamm is a problem. Tabo is a problem.
Yeah, I feel like she did not want to fight Chris Cyborg because she's been out of practice. She would have lost. I really feel like she would have lost that fight with Chris Cyborg.
Well,
if she would have took that fight, she might have lost it because she was too out of practice.
Well, Chris Cyborg is a pit bull. You gotta kill her. You ain't gonna hit her with that.
I don't think she would have won that fight with Chris Cyborg. I mean, that was she offered $2 million. I don't think she would have won that fight.
Well, I'm not going to say Chris Cyborg would beat her, but what I would say is Clarissa's not going to hit her with 1 or 2 hard shots, and Chris Cyborg going to take a knee.
She wouldn't be Clarissa if it would have been the Clarissa that fought, what's her name, French Cruz, or before that. But she has just been doing
Thank
too
you,
much.
Dolly Sugar.
Gained all that
Thank
weight.
you for the $20.
Just been scattered.
I really appreciate it.
So with that being said, Chris Cyborg might have had a chance to win.
Yeah, look, Chris Cyborg definitely has a chance to win, 100%. I just, when you talk about skills and everything, it's for her to come and try to mess with Clarissa. That's like Clarissa trying to mess with her in MMA. I mean, Clarissa has a chance, but she's got some MMA skills. But let's be real. But what I will say is with Chris Cyborg, you're not just going to hit her with 1 punch and discourage her. She is a tough woman. You know what I'm saying? And that fight will be very interesting. And she has great conditioning. So the fight will be very interesting.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Clarissa's been deconditioned, with everything that's going on. She's not the same. Yeah.
Who you said what?
I said she's been deconditioned. She's not the same. She had to get back in shape.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. For her, if she would have if this would have been Chris Cyborg instead of Kaye Scott, that she had to hurry up and get it ready for her, it wouldn't have gone well for her. To get that out of shape and not do much, and all of a sudden you take 6 weeks to whip yourself back in shape, or 12 weeks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know who you think is gonna win.
This weekend?
Yeah.
Big Gwoat's supposed to win the fight. But I want to see what happens if K. Scott makes it through the first 3 rounds. I want to see. I want to see what happens.
Seeing what kind of
Condition.
challenge Kaye Scott is going to give her.
Well, I want to see about the conditioning. I want to after the first 3 rounds, I expect Clarissa to just be on her. But after that, if Kaye Scott survives, I want to see what happens. I really do. I'm like, if Clarissa gets tired, if Kaye Scott has a better conditioning, she got a jab, if she can move, force Clarissa to reset, have Clarissa improve cutting off the ring. You know, I'm going to be watching all that. I'm fair to Clarissa when it comes to fighting. You know what I'm saying? I just, but if for some reason she looked a little bit tired, and Kaye Scott is the better conditioned athlete, it's gonna be a problem for Clarissa. She can't get tired. She cannot get tired.
Yeah, she told everybody she gonna knock Kaye Scott out. That's what she said on camera. She said she's gonna knock her out.
Yeah, that's why they picked her. That's why they picked Kaye Scott.
Yeah. I don't know if Kaye Scott would be that easy to knock out, you know, but but I don't know. I guess she's looking forward to Kaye Scott getting winded, and then she just going to beat on her or whatever. I don't know. Or she might go straight to the body. Maybe she's going to go to the body or something and then take her down like that, you know.
Right. We're going to find out.
Knows how to go to the body.
Yeah, we're going to find out. They both need to invest in the body, but I just want to see what happens. I don't think Kaye Scott can sustain a body attack on Clarissa early. I think maybe after the 3rd round, maybe she can get there. But Clarissa's so fast and explosive, man.
Yeah, and I think Clarissa might have a better ring IQ than, it's not a might. She has a better ring IQ than, but Clarissa's been boxing since she was 11 years old. She's supposed to. You know what I mean? Kaye Scott is older, but, you know, Clarissa been boxing for 20 years. You know? She has a much better ring IQ than Kaye Scott.
Right. I agree.
And she's faster. And I really feel like I don't think Clarissa's going to try to punch her in the face and knock her out. Either she's going to try to, you know, maybe see if Kaye Scott's going to get tired and then start brawling where the referee had to break it up, or she's going to go to the body and knock her down. I think Clarissa's good at going at the body.
Clarissa can do everything in the ring. That's the thing. And against Kaye Scott, she gonna be able. She can do a goddamn backflip in the ring if she wants to against Kaye Scott. But that's what we're thinking. But I just have a feeling. I just have a feeling, man. You know, Kaye Scott may. I ain't saying she's gonna win, but she may just impress us. And again, I'm looking at Clarissa's weight cut. That's what I'm looking at. That's a lot of. You okay? You sick too?
No, I was sleeping in the fan. I had the fan blowing in my face, and I got my nose a little stuffed up.
Oh, okay. I'm saying, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I just think Clarissa should be the favorite, but I want to see how she's going to perform after that 40-pound weight cut, and I want to see if she's going to make that weight. And that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, she don't knock Kaye Scott out. Everybody's expecting for her to knock Kaye Scott out, and if she don't, then you know. People gonna talk about it real bad.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, I mean, if Kaye Scott lasts all those 10 rounds, Kaye Scott is gonna get all the credit for lasting.
Oh yeah, all she gotta do is make it the distance, especially if the fight's competitive. Then that's a win. That's a win for Kaye Scott, even if she loses on the scorecards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll be a good. Clarissa Shields will be a good name on her resume.
And it'll be like Edgar. And it'll be like Edgar Berlanga when he fought Canelo. He made it. He went the distance. The man became a superstar. He didn't even, he didn't win the fight, but he went the distance. And same thing for Kaye Scott. It'll be the same thing.
So maybe that's what Kaye Scott wants to do. I believe she already understands that she cannot beat Clarissa Shields. But I believe she just feels like if she can make all 10 rounds without a knockout, Clarissa Shields is a big name on her resume.
No, she really believes she can win now. Let's not get it twisted. She's
but I feel like even if she does not win, if she can make it all 10 rounds, that Clarissa Shields is a good name on her resume. And she made it all 10 rounds without getting knocked out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm tracking with you.
Yeah, that's going to make Kaye Scott a star. Everybody's going to know Kaye Scott over fighting Clarissa Shields. And then the fact that she was able to hang in there the whole 10 rounds, it makes her look like a good fighter. even if she does not win, it's going to make her look like a really good fighter. The fact that she was able to make 10 rounds against Clarissa Shields.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah.
the greatest woman of all time. Because a lot of people don't see her that way.
Right. No. That's a big deal. That's a very big deal. No, you're right. That's a good, big deal for Kaye Scott if she goes the distance.
Yeah, she'll be a star. Because nobody knew who she was, and everybody's going to know her after this. And if she make all 10 rounds, she's just going to be a star.
Right.
You know?
And Kaye Scott already has endorsements out there in Australia. And coming over here to the States and handling herself against Clarissa, you may see her getting the endorsements and sponsors behind her.
I just hope that Kaye Scott might win. Kaye Scott might get that lucky punch. You never know what's really going on. You never know. She might just get that one lucky punch, and that'll be all she wrote. You never know. Clarissa has a good ring IQ though, but you never know what happens. But I'm interested to see. I would like Kaye Scott to go the whole 10 rounds so without a knockout. It would be. I don't care. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care who wins. If Clarissa Shields loses that fight, I think the earth will stand still though.
Oh
I
yeah.
believe the earth will stand still if Clarissa Shields loses that fight.
I don't think the earth will stand still. I think it'll start rumbling. Trees will start splitting, and lightning will start striking. Be a goddamn tsunami.
It's gonna be a sequel to that movie. The earth stood still. It's gonna be a sequel to the movie.
Yeah, there'll be a tsunami, all kind of shit.
You gonna see time stopping. Everybody gonna stop in their tracks because time just stopped.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just not. If Clarissa Shields lose that fight, it would be a huge shock.
Right.
Oh
But
my gosh.
as far as Kaye Scott landing a power shot,
cause trauma for some people.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna
be happy. It's gonna cause trauma for others.
all hell gonna break loose. Like a portal is gonna open up, and you're just gonna see people getting sucked into it. You know what I'm saying? Like a sci-fi movie. I may be the first one. They may just suck my ass right up in there. Get rid of Hood Champion right now. He be out here being neutral, but he be making his jokes and shit. Get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to hold on. And shit.
But no, I'm not rooting for Clarissa to lose. You know what? I'm indifferent when it comes to Clarissa. I'm really neutral when it comes to Clarissa, but that's because I really just started getting into a lot of boxing. So I'm really neutral when it comes to Clarissa. I don't really, I'm not really rooting for her to lose. But if she does lose, it's going to be a huge shock. Man, that'd be a mess if she loses. I don't know what I would do.
Right.
That'll be some heavy news right there. But I would like Kaye Scott to make it the distance though. I would like it to make it her to make it the distance.
Yeah, I would like
it. That's going to be a win for Kaye Scott. That's going to be a good. Clarissa is a good name on her resume. The same way if people fight Canelo Alvarez, even if they don't win, if they can make it without getting knocked out, that's a good name. That made them like people like Canelo Alvarez became big probably after fighting Floyd Mayweather. He didn't win that fight, but his name got out there. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, there people already knew who he was, but when he fought Floyd, that definitely put him on everybody's radar.
Nobody won against Floyd, but their name got out there. People knew who they were.
Yeah. Well, true.
So I feel like that for Kaye Scott. I really would like her to make it the distance, even if she don't win. If she makes it the distance, it is going to be a win for her. It's going to really make her name bigger to the point where she can get a lot of fights. It'll be easier probably for her to get fights because now people are going to want to come for her because her name is going to be bigger.
Right. No, I agree with you. The only thing I don't agree with is, because look, Kaye Scott don't have any knockouts, but I mean, if she were to knock out Clarissa Shields, that's like, talk about a shot.
That's the only thing I feel like. That's the only way I see she's going to win against Clarissa Shields is a knockout because she's not going to outscore Clarissa Shields.
She got a better chance of outboxing Clarissa than knocking her out.
You think she'll outbox her? She not.
I don't think. No, I don't know. But I'm saying I see her. Okay. I'm just saying she doesn't knock anybody out. I don't see her knocking Clarissa out.
She's not going to knock her out. The only way I see her getting a KO with Clarissa is if, like you said, Clarissa gets tired.
That's
3 or 4 rounds, and then if she starts, Kaye just keep punching while Clarissa's tired. Then that's how she's gonna get the KO because the referee's gonna stop the fight.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The 40-pound weight cut. That's where the talent gap is getting closed. And after this is just me. I think after the 3 rounds, Kaye Scott's still there. I think it gets interesting. That's why I'm be paying attention. Let's see what happens.
You know better. Clarissa know better. It's a difference when you sparring and you practicing. And she lost a whole lot of water weight because she always wore that what you call that stuff. She greased her body and then put this other thing over it so she could lose a bunch of water weight, I guess. And you know, it's a difference between sparring and just, you know, practicing and, you know, then really fighting somebody who's going to be using all their strength, right? It's like, it's really hard to test your endurance like that. Although she's practicing and she's said that she's going 10 plus rounds, you're not really going against somebody that's giving it their all. You're not really fighting. If you get out there, like you said, she loses all that water weight, she's gonna might be exhausted, and she's gonna be actually fighting somebody, not just a spar. This is a fight. Fighting against somebody who's gonna be giving it their all. It's no telling how her energy is gonna look.
Yeah, I'm tracking with you, but we're gonna find out Saturday, man. I gotta jump off and I gotta get up in there.
Okay, well, all right, that's all. You know, you just take care, and I'll talk to you later.
All right, you take care. Thank you.
All right.
All right, bye.
All right.
Yeah, man, good call. She know her boxing, man. You know what I'm saying? If I had more time, I would have talked to her another 30 minutes, but I gotta take my son to football practice in the morning, man. So, you know, I'll come back, do my workout, then I'll probably crash for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. When you're retired, you do what you want. And I love having that flexibility, man. That being said, man, Kaye Scott knocking out Clarissa, I don't see it. But I think she has a good chance. If she's in the kind of condition that she needs to be in, and Clarissa took this fight lightly, Kaye Scott has a really good chance to make this fight interesting. And, you know, I don't wish bad on nobody. May the best man win. But I tell you what, if Clarissa wins, let's see if she fights Tamm. But I don't know. Part of me doesn't want MVP to work with her. And I'm just being real. After she slapped the leash and disrespected everybody over there. I just can't see it, man. But hey, it's boxing, talking money, and maybe that fight happens in Canada. But Clarissa is the A side. She may not want to go to Canada. But Tamm has the ring belt. So who's really the A side here? Especially if the money's in Canada. So I want to see how that plays out. Anyway, y'all keep cool, all right? Rock says it's going to be a pillow fight. That is hilarious, man. Hilarious. That shit had me rolling, man. But y'all keep cool. I got to jump off of here, man. Great chat. I should be on tomorrow. As long as I'm feeling all right. I don't want to be on here sniffling. I feel like that's very rude and unprofessional. But y'all keep cool, all right? I'm in the breeze.